What's going on with you?
Yo, another day in the lab, baby. So it's always a good day.
Oh,
it's always a good day when we in the lab. You want policing to be better in your communities? The best policing that you can that can happen in any community are people that's actually from the community and that.
Once again, Rick, host BNY podcast, now known as What Effing Week with BNY Dev. How you feeling, man?
I'm in here.
What's good? Comment section.
Yeah.
Do we drag our people down when sometimes they don't deserve it? For sure, absolutely. In this situation, this man deserves every single dragging that we can do because this is not an example of us.
But you got the angles. You got the knowledge of the game, bro.
This is where you're getting at, the IQ.
Down. Like he's telling you what's going on. How he was a bad husband. How he was just doing things his way. He's apologizing to his wife like, yo.
Pat ourselves on the back for that one because we didn't give yourself awards. I mean, who is?
Yeah, no more.
Hey. Bonaparte, keep doing your thing. Mess up the man's name on this podcast.
It's all good though, baby. Yo, shout out to Bonaparte, man.
Shout out to Bonaparte. Bonaparte, go and get your money.
Man, the groove. I like
It's
that title.
so smooth, man.
It fits. It fits the area.
Love to see it.
The DMV.
We live, baby.
We in here.
Hey, back at it Sunday evening for our first of 3 podcasts in 4 days.
For the week. Literally, first day. 3 and 4.
You guys have been busy.
Oh, yeah. Hey, but we love being busy.
Your boy's always working. Y'all know how we do.
I know you just started the job, right?
Yeah, I'm telling you, between working down the Capitol Hill, he working, training, we working in the studio, we getting people in here.
Yeah.
3 podcasts in 4 days.
I can promise you guys, man, it's going to pay off.
Hey,
I promise
we
you. Because
appreciate
you see, Southtown, Maryland is heavy. It's populated, but they marginalized us. And there is a lot of things I think we can do to change that. And it lies in our hands and in the hands of our government. We don't really need to be begging the government, but if we can get a little something from them to get us started, I think we can really, really turn this country around, honestly. I hate having to raise taxes on people, and I love investing so we can make money.
Facts. I mean, look, there's a lot of hidden potential in Southern Maryland. I think
a lot.
People are really starting to realize.
It's true.
Keep carrying the conversation. I'm going to check the audio real quick.
Oh, yeah, no, we good. So.
That is like, because a couple of years ago, in fact, right around the time I was running the last time, about 10 years ago, they were trying to turn College of Southern Maryland. They always try to call it University of Southern Maryland because that was what they were trying to do then. They were trying to turn it to University of Southern Maryland, but one of the senior delegates then is no longer one of our delegates now. Then this kick against it. I'm like, he said, I don't see any reason College Park is down the street. I'm like, what do you mean College Park is down the street? How is that handing the Charles County residents
nothing
money?
to do
exactly,
with Charles County.
Exactly. I'm like, Eastern Shore have a university, right?
Right.
Northern Maryland have university. Central Maryland here in PG County have a university. We don't have nothing in Southern Maryland. And you're telling me it's okay, it's normal, we don't need to. I'm like, I don't think the people are looking at the world the way it should be looked at. These people are looking at this county as if we are back in the 17th century. I'm like, you think you think I won't prefer my kid to be right down the street from me than College Park? What about the resources that is going to bring in? The money that is going to bring in.
Hey, this man Emmanuel was ready. All right, audio's good. Let's go ahead and bring this man in properly, too,
Absolutely.
as well. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guest for the night, Emmanuel Ogungbesan. I got that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hey, round of applause for him right there. District 2 candidate right here in District 2, White Plains. Come on now.
Yes, sir.
Come on now.
Hometown hero, baby.
Hometown hero.
I'm telling you, man, White Plains got it made, man.
Hey, it's nice, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
Sun's out, trees out. Playground, kids out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I was under my tree in my house. I'm like, I can't give this up for nothing. You You can't buy me. You can't give me $1 million to sell my house.
Hey, like
I'm telling you, you can't.
like the ad says, unbought and unbiased.
Exactly. Yeah, I can't. You can't. Because I love that being close to the nature while not too far from the city.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you're 23 miles away from the city. I'm talking about the capital of the world, basically. You might as well, you know.
Facts.
You're like
Power
23
lines.
miles. And you are here in a shade, like a grove, like you just enjoy yourself. Nobody will see your video and think, if they see outside there, they'll be like, this guy live in the boondocks somewhere.
Yeah.
If I tell you,
that far.
I'm less than 20 miles from DC, people won't believe you.
Oh yeah, for
That's
sure.
what I love about it.
You get the quiet retreat here. You get the busy city next
Thank
to you.
you.
Go further up the road. So
Thank you. I don't know if anybody has been to Stanford, Connecticut. Stanford.
No, I have not.
Man, I'm telling you, that is where I want. That is where the way I want Charles County to be, whereby you enjoy the nightlife and the closeness to New York City. However, you keep that out of the county.
It's like separate. It keeps it
Exactly.
separate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be. We'll get there.
we'll get there.
We get into it.
Let's go around real quick. Rick Will back with you, set man, host, moderator, owner, BNY Network. Round of applause for myself. Why not? Give me my roses too as well.
Hey, get it, man.
doing
Let's
that.
just do.
Got it.
Absolutely.
Dev Ray, co-host, esteemed gentleman too as well,
I do what I can.
veteran,
Hey, you know,
House of Representatives,
you know, something new.
D1 prospect.
To add to that resume.
Yeah.
That's all, you know.
Round of applause for you too as well, my
I
friend.
appreciate that as well.
Absolutely. Before we go get into the full course of the meal we got today, Dev, how the week been, man?
Good week. What's today?
We missed you last podcast, but you were
Yes.
going for a good reason.
Absolutely. My oldest turns 18 next week.
Oh man.
And he just graduated on Thursday. Thursday was his high school graduation.
Awesome.
So he stays down in Tennessee. Graduated there. He'll be going to school in I can't remember. It's one of the universities in Tennessee or whatever. They got like a lot of programs for in-state students, you know, for tuition and stuff like that. But yeah, I told Rick, I said, hey, look, man, I'm gonna try to get there, but I'm live streaming this graduation. I'm waiting. They're giving out all these accolades, and I'm waiting to see that man cross that stage, because a lot of people don't know I didn't graduate. You know, I got my GED, and so to see my firstborn, my oldest, walk across the stage and do something that I didn't do,
Makes you proud, man.
absolutely, as
Man,
a
I
father,
can imagine.
you know.
Makes you amazingly proud.
Absolutely. So I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to him. And he, you know, I look at him and I tell him all the time, he's the perfect example for his younger siblings.
Awesome. Yeah, that is true, because he leads the way they follow.
Exactly. I mean, 4.0 student,
Awesome.
dual athlete,
Wow.
you know, I mean, he's just a
That is
great individual,
That is
and
awesome.
I'm super proud of him.
That is
So
awesome.
you know, between talking to family and everything after the graduation, I'm calling mom, calling my aunt. They calling me. I'm talking. You know, it was just one of those things.
I'm telling you, it feels good when your kids are doing well. man. I'm telling you.
Absolutely,
It's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely,
Absolutely a beautiful thing.
It is.
Shauna, what's going on? Shauna, running for school board too as well. Congratulations. Happy early birthday.
Thank you. Yes,
There it is.
yes,
There it is.
I
There it is.
appreciate that.
Congratulations, Shana.
Yeah, the campaign's going well.
Mm-hmm.
Let's ready to make this happen? Y'all ready to do this?
Let's do it, man.
All right. Hey, before we do anything here, Dev, please take the room. Go ahead and do some housekeeping for us.
Absolutely. So, real quick, we're going to keep it short so we can get into this interview. If you guys are watchers or long-time watchers of the show, even if you're new, we like to start the show off with something we call the Showtime Special, Showtime Love. And all that really means is if you like the show, love the show, hate the show, watch the show, whatever the case is, take the time out to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let us know how we doing, whether you like it, you dislike it. If you dislike it, let us know why. We take these type of things to heart. We use all type of feedback to improve the show and improve the viewing experience for all of you all. So make sure you give us that Showtime love. Like the show, love the show, hate the show. Take that time out to let us know how you feel about us.
And like we always say too as well, say like, share, subscribe. Costs nothing. Hey, we like the work we're doing here in Charles County.
Absolutely.
Help us grow Charles County. So definitely appreciate everybody out there that has nothing but love for us and been doing all the work in the comment section.
Of course.
Now, Emmanuel.
Yes, sir.
So there's 3 vets in the room here.
I know, right? Isn't that great? Isn't that great?
It's always a good feeling.
It's amazing, man. I'm telling
Hey,
you.
let's go. Let's start from the top. Background. Who are you?
Oh, man.
And
Thank
what do you
so
stand for exactly?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you guys again for having me, and I'm so I can't say it enough. I tell my wife when I see you guys podcast, I'm like, look, man, I'm telling you, these guys are gonna go places. And for me, I'm so appreciative that you guys are in my neighborhood in White Plains, man. Especially one of the places where even in Charles County is marginalized. You guys brought something amazing to us. Thank you guys so much for coming, for being here, and for making this place your home. Yeah, my name is Emmanuel Ogungbesan. I was born and raised in Nigeria, came to the country as a foreign student in 2002. Before then, I had associate degree in business administration, associate degree in journalism, and I transferred. When I graduated journalism, I worked for a while at Voice of Nigeria. Then I decided to go back to college. I went to law school. When I was in law school in Nigeria, in 2002, I started law school in 2001. It was supposed to start in 2000, but because they had a strike, political stuff going on. So we started in 2001. But I left Nigeria to come to the state as a foreign student in 2002, August. I'm a graduate of journalism. I went to University of graduate of journalism, graduate of criminal justice. I went to University of North Carolina, Pembroke. Before then, I was at Methodist University. I did OND, which is associate degree at Nigerian Institute of Journalism. Then it was after I left University of North Carolina, leaving University of North Carolina, that I actually joined the Navy. I served in the Navy. In total, I served in the Navy 8 years. I did 5 years active duty. I did 3 years reserves. I served, like you guys.
That's the way to do it.
I served everywhere. Chicago, Pensacola, Florida, Virginia, California, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, Kuwait. No, not Iran, sorry. Iraq, Afghanistan, Kuwait. Then the ship that buried Osama bin Laden, USS Carl Vinson.
Oh, you was on that
CBS,
ship.
I was on the ship.
You was there at the time.
I left. I was on. They moved me. They shipped me out to the onto Kuwait to go help the TMZ Troop Medical Clinic in Kuwait when that happened.
Oh.
When I came back was when I was like, because it was my the medical department where I work on the ship and other medical department that were flown on the boat that prepared his body for burial.
Wow.
That's meant part of history.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Okay. So you got out. What happened after that?
Yeah, okay. So after getting out, when I got out in 2010, I worked for Vivint Solo for a while. Vivint Solo.
Yeah.
Then from there, I left there and went to Solar City. Worked with Solar City. Worked with them for a while. Then after the Solar City sold to Tesla. Tesla Energy. I worked with Tesla Energy for a while. Then when they were trying to change the terms of our employment was when I left.
Okay.
Then I decided to go on my own to start my own, which is Solar Checks Home Improvement Company. We install solar system on your roof.
Okay.
But we do more than that. We also renovate your property. You want any renovation done? You want anything like that done? That is, we are like a, what do you call it? Vertically integrated home improvement company.
Okay.
Whereby all your home improvement needs, we can handle it.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
You do as far as like extensions on houses and things of that sort?
Yeah, we're a licensed contractor, we do all.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah, we are licensed and insured in Maryland. Bonded, licensed, and insured.
We may have to do some talking.
Yeah. So that is what. Then I'm also a real estate agent, by the way.
You know what? I saw that when I was
Man of many hats.
I was doing the background check. I saw something that said, "Hey, your name next to real estate." I was like,
Yeah.
"Is he real estate?"
I'm
like,
a real estate agent. I'm just not. Well, I am a real estate agent. I was a realtor until January when I let my membership lapse. But I'm still a real estate agent.
What's going on with District 2? You got you in real estate, Augusta, she's in
Yeah,
real estate,
all of us,
Coast, real
basically.
estate too as well.
Yeah. But, the difference between me and Thomasina, or maybe I should say the difference between myself, Oginsa, and Thomasina. Myself together with Oginsa, the difference between two of us and Thomasina is mainly we call ourselves real estate with realtors or real estate agents with conscience. It's true.
I like that.
Yeah, because there are some, especially in 2014 when I was running the first time, you see real estate agents that act as if these developers don't build, they're never going to eat.
Right.
And I'm like, come on, man. You know, even as a realtor, you should understand that when your community grows, is when you grow. There is no point, there is no benefit in you selling substandard product from these developers when you should be holding these developers responsible, accountable. You can't just be selling all kind of, believe me, I don't sell all kind of stuff. I don't sell all kind of stuff. If my conscience though is not in it, I'm not selling it. You can't try to tell me if you are or let's say you are my seller, or you're my agent, or you want to buy a house or you want to sell a house, and you're trying to make me cook some book, or this, they can't see this, we just paint over this, they won't see it. Even though it's rotten, you saw that there is rot and mold in this stuff. You don't want to take care of it properly, you just want to rub over it, pat over it, and just sell it. I won't be part of that.
See, look, a man of ethics when it comes to
you know what I'm saying?
the real estate business.
Yeah, believe me, a lot of people don't have it. A lot of people think money, as long as they can make a penny or a dollar here,
Get your commission.
Yeah. But for me, beyond even being a Christian, the money I will eat that will give me stomach pain is not the kind of money I want. Because in life, what goes around comes around. What you did to me that is wrong is somebody else will do the same to you. And sometimes it's not even on to you. It could be your kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm a Christian.
Sins of the father.
Exactly. I'm a Christian. I believe the sins that you commit, God said He's going to visit it until one generation change and turn around that, break that yoke. It's going to keep going. That's why I refuse to let for my kids to suffer as a result of my actions.
You reap what you sow.
God forbid. Thank you. God forbid.
Man with a conscience.
Hey, so you're originally from Nigeria.
Yes, sir.
So what made you want to join the U.S. military? Oh
man, I'm telling you, it's mainly because, like I was telling you, it's mainly because I don't like anything being handed to me. I like working for what I have. As at the time I joined the U.S. military, I could have just gone ahead and filed for my citizenship. But because I'm like, I want to know what it means. Like when the founding fathers, when they came, George Washington and the rest of them, they were not born here. He wasn't born here. He was born in Europe. However, when he came, the ability to say, okay, I'm giving my body, my soul, my blood to this country, to this newfound land. I want a taste of that. I want a feel of that. Like, what does it mean to really be an American? And I just don't want to be an American on paper. Like, oh, you go, you swearing, oh, you are not a United States citizen. I don't want that. I want to sweat it. Whereby when I said I'm an American, it means something. I almost died in Kuwait. I had my lungs collapsed. Like literally, Christmas of 2009, I was in the hospital in Kuwait.
Oh.
Yeah. From a sandstorm. My lungs literally collapsed. And it was in the afternoon. I just took a nap. It was a Christmas day, so I took a nap. I woke up, trying to go use the bathroom. I couldn't walk. Immediately, I just collapsed. Then the next day, they were calling. So those are the kind of things that make me feel a lot of people do not understand, especially people who didn't earn their citizenship. If you're a natural born, I don't have anything against you because you are naturally born. It's like me in Nigeria, But people who are naturalized like me, who do not understand what it means to really be an American, I wish they can have a taste of it. And I can blame some of them because not every one of them have the opportunity,
Right.
Medical, you got to pass medical, you got to do this, So I can't blame some of them, but that is the route I took. Instead of being given citizenship, I would love to earn it.
So you felt that as though you had to earn.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's kind of what makes it more, it's more meaningful.
Thank you.
Okay, no, that's understandable. I mean, I guess it's like just in life in general, like people like took things more seriously, like when it's theirs or you earn it. You look at things completely different than when it's given to you.
Yeah, you hold it dear to your heart.
It's a different level of appreciation.
Yeah, you hold it dear to your heart. And for me, if I was given the opportunity, I would do it over and over and over again. I'll do it again. I have no regret.
Okay. So well, first of all, once again, thank you for your service too as well.
Thank you so much for having me.
Businessman, business going well.
Yes, sir.
So 2014, you decided to run for District 4.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about that election.
Well, in 2014, where we are today is exactly where we are 2014, 8 years ago. The then commissioners, which included the District 4 commissioner currently, and the
Rucci.
president of the Board of Commissioners.
Collins.
Yeah, right now. They just increased the, our taxes, our property taxes as at the time. Then, when they increased their property taxes, then we became the highest county, the county with the highest taxes, or local taxes in the entire state of Maryland. And that was one of the reasons why I was like, this cannot be. We are marginalized already. Where is this money that you guys are collecting? Where is it going? Okay, and I felt like, okay, we are growing. I see the growth. You know how you grow? The problem we have in Charles County is very, very, is easy to solve for somebody who really, truly want to solve it. You've been here. In your mind, what do you think is our problem? For me, because I'm here, I'm the one telling you what I think.
Right.
Our problem is mainly poor planning. When you they said he who fails to plan to fail.
Yeah.
So poor planning is our problem. When what do you call it? Docket 90, or what do you call it? The bill that was passed in the 70s.
Yeah, 90, yeah.
To revamp the entire Charles County, especially the St. Charles area.
Yeah, the docket, I'm familiar.
It was to engineer economic growth in the county.
Right.
It is actually true that it is meant to engineer economic growth, but there is a point in which a policy expires when it's no longer needed. And this policy should have expired. This policy of just building, using property construction as a primary means of economic development is not sustainable. Is never going to be sustainable. Let's be realistic. So what they should have done is they should have sunset that policy, whereby now. But the problem they have is it's hard for them to sunset it because the past commissioners we've been having, they do not think, they think dogmatically within the box. You have to think outside the box. How do you generate revenue without continuously raising taxes on your residents? But they can't think of it. Obviously, it seems like the only thing they think about, more developer permit. Oh, yeah, let's build more money. More. When you hear these current commissioners, aside for one, which is the District 3 commissioner, when you hear them talk about economic development, you know what they're talking about? Buildings. In what part of the world is that really economic development? Especially when it is residential buildings. It's not like it's commercial buildings where you say, people will come and rent and economic activity will be part. No, people go to work in DC and come home and sleep. I'm like, this is not economic development. You have to redefine. You don't even need to redefine economic development. You have to define it in reality, not with this, hodgepodge construction as a means of economic development. It's not going to function. It's not going to work. That is why we're having the effect right now. Like I was saying, every platform I've been, I tell people, it's like this establishment where we are right now. Now imagine if this establishment is permitted, has a permit for 25 people occupancy. Now you open the door. You as the owner, Rick, you said, man, screw that 25 people occupancy, man. Man, we need money, man. Dev, economic development. Come on, let's open the door for 250 people to come in here. If you open the door for 250 people for an establishment that is meant to cater to 25 people, you know what's going to happen? Your bar is going to clog. Your bathroom is going to clog. Basically, all the amenities and infrastructures in that establishment that is meant to cater for those 25 people will be what? Stretched.
And then you're going to have to go elsewhere.
Thank you. And eventually, guess what's going to happen? They will start breaking down, which results in infrastructural decay. And for you, that is what I've been telling this. Even in 2014, the same thing I said. Look, you cannot develop your the population capacity of your county beyond the capacity of your infrastructure, because that will cause what we call infrastructural decay, which also will affect the quality of life of the residents. Nobody listen. So, even though they listen, a lot of people listen, but that was my first time of running, so I can understand. But this time, I don't have any excuse. So even though you guys might not have seen enough of my sign or stuff, believe me, they're coming. What you're going to be seeing is going to be different.
I want to keep this up. I'm ready to come real quick. Amber, what's going on with you? Emmanuel just hit it on the nose.
Yeah. So that is what is going on, my brother. We need to change, and I'm here to make that change happen.
So as far as economic growth plans, what are you proposing to us?
Okay, for me as a solar guy, I saw Dr. Cook came here.
Go with the solar panels?
Yeah, yeah. I
proposed
that 8 years ago as well. That is the funny thing, because you see, and he's right. He's absolutely right. Those are ways. That is one of my plans. If you look at right here on my plan, you see on the third of
what's going on, Cole?
Building renewable energy for revenue generation. There, and the reason is because we can actually. Like, I know Dr. Cook was talking about putting solar on the rooftop like the business I do, which is great.
Right.
We're going to do that. But for me, that is the second tier of the plan that I have. The first tier of the plan is the one that can, in the next 3 months, if we put an investment into it, in the next 3 months, 4 months, we can start generating revenue. I'm talking about solar farms. You see, when you talk about solar farm, a lot of people don't understand that. You see, when President Obama was in office, he passed the law, which is renewable energy law, during the environmental, what do you call it? So, and the law says that each and every energy generating, especially power generating company in the country, have to generate a certain amount of their energy from renewable energy.
Right.
That is called REC, a renewable energy requirement. And a lot of them don't generate that enough from a renewable energy. So what they do is they buy those RECs from individual farm owners, public farm owners, private farm owners. They will buy those RECs in order to meet that quota of the amount of energy they have to generate from renewable energy. I'm talking about right now, if we build solar farm right now, we can start generating revenue before the end of this year.
So, and that's key. You just mentioned that too as well. Generating revenue, obviously, someone else will bring up the Morgantown power plant that's closing down too as well. And that's a lot of revenue that was coming in from that.
Thank you. So we can actually replace that revenue from building a solar farm. Because you see, the thing about development, about growth is, just look at this. I like to tell people this. A lot of people do not know that the way the government function worldwide, globally, has changed. The way government is financed globally has changed. We are still behind because we let the capitalism, the capitalists, the corporation hold us hostage. I'll explain what I'm saying. How do China became powerful today? China became powerful by investing his own money.
Yeah, it did.
Into his own people. In 1970s, they did what they call, when they realized, man, nothing is working. We got over 2 billion people here. Ain't nothing working. So this communism stuff is not working. So let us start implementing capitalism strategically, see how it functions. So what they did was created 5, what do you call it, economic development zones, whereby they is almost like an incubator for the practice of capitalism. But guess where China beat a lot of people to it? They put their own money behind it. They create regions, or free trade zones. And these free trade zones, they use their money to fund. Sometimes they will buy already existing business, corporation, and take it public. Or sometimes they will just pump money into it, make it functional. Meanwhile, they own it. The Chinese government own it. That is why a lot of people, when you see a lot of people manufacturing all this product, everything that we use in America, most of those companies are owned by Chinese government.
That's true too as well.
They use other corporations' names, faces to plan because they want to trick other world that, oh no, everything is. Now there is a lot of individuals that are doing well in China, but the majority, the larger percentage of investment in China right now are run by the Chinese government. The same thing with Dubai, UAE, United Arab Emirates. United Arab Emirates 25, 30 years ago was a desert.
Right.
You know what they did? They look at China and be like, come on. These people will spend their own money into their city, into their community. And guess what? They're getting results. They started doing the same thing. You can see now, one of the fastest developing economy in the world is UAE, United Arab Emirates. What do? Use their own money to invest, to make money. And now It's enticing us, it's enticing you, because they already use their money to lay the foundation that will make you enticed, that will make you enticed, that will make me enticed to come in and invest.
Yeah, but they have a lot. Their expat population is
Exactly.
soaring right now. They have
Thank
a
you.
lot of people that's bringing money
Into
to
the
the
place.
country.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. The same thing with China.
Yeah.
Another country that does this is what do you call it? Venezuela. A lot of people, I said this to a lot of people in 2014 when I was running. A lot of people do not understand or know that Citgo gas station, Citgo, is owned by Venezuela. Owned by a country. So every time you pump your gas in Venezuela, in a Citgo gas station, you give him money to Venezuela.
Go in the car and grab some. That's mine. Thank you.
You know? So, and that is some of the things we have to start thinking outside the box. Just look at this. Think of it this way. Imagine if we can have a talent search, even in Charles County, for a software developer or somebody who has who developed the software, who want money behind it to actually take it global or take it public. Imagine if Zuckerberg had come to you, because we have people who they call talent hunters, people who go on the ground to go look for talents like that. Then you see them, they'll just find, oh yeah, these guys, the next thing they invest couple, because when a student in college is developing stuff, he's not thinking, even though he knows what he's developing can go big. Right now, if you give him $200,000, he'll be like, oh shit, where do I sign?
Yeah, exactly.
You get what I'm saying? Even though you're not trying to do them like that, you're like, okay, guess what? Even if we can find one like that, and you say you want to invest in this software, you're like, okay, guess what? We'll give you this amount or this social amount of money. We'll be managing partners in the business. Even if you're going to control, you're still going to have a controlling share. If we just have 49% alone, imagine if somebody invested 49%, invested in Facebook, Zuckerberg, a county, just take a county, invested in Zuckerberg, and they get 49% investment when it first started. Tell me that kind of county will ever think about increasing taxes on their people.
So your plan, one of your plans, or a pillar of your platform, is to use money to invest into the people.
Exactly.
Build businesses to grow from here.
Thank you. That is exactly, because you have to. You know why? I will explain why. You know how I look at the way I explain it to people simply is this. What income is to an individual is what taxes is to government. Now, Rick, for instance, as the head of his household, if income is coming in, now he decided, guess what? Ah, man, one of my cousins just got orphaned. Left 5 kids. I need to help these kids. I can't watch these kids suffer, man. This is my brother. We grew up together. He's like my boy. I need to help. Then you brought them in. Because they don't have parents, they don't have mom, they don't have dad. You're probably the only one they have to help. You brought them in. So what happened to your household? Your expenses in the household goes up, right? So what do? A sustainable and insustainable way is for you to say, okay, get a job. Get another additional job. You can do that if you expect your housing expenses not to go further up. You know what I'm saying? But in a county where you know your expenses is going to go further up, you can't do that. So let's say, for instance, you get another job. Then your expenses go up later on. Are you going to keep getting additional job every time your expenses go up?
It's not practical.
It's impractical. The same thing, taxes. Increasing taxes is impractical. You know why? You have to, at some point, you'll be like, okay, guess what, man? Maybe I need to buy a trailer, buy a truck. I have a F-150 over here. I can buy a trailer, get some young men that want to be independent, to be driving and maybe towing cars or making extra money while I'm still working this extra job, to hard income, which means you invest in business. When you invest in business, it's sustainable because you don't have to literally undo all the business, depending on the kind of business you're on. But guess what? That is more sustainable because now you're thinking outside the box. Because trying to get a job every time your expenses go up in your household is not realistic. The same way every time government need money, coming back to tax the residents is not sustainable.
Keep going.
Yeah, trying to tax the resident, continually taxing the resident, is not sustainable.
It's really
so
not,
what do? You think outside the box, invest money. You might have to, you might have to say, okay, guess what? Our Board of Education this year, I'm sorry, we can't give you your increase. But I promise you in the next 2 years, you have double the increase you're asking for this year. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we'll maintain the level of funding that we have for you. Thank you. The level of funding that we had for you last year. It's going. Thank you so much, bro. It's going to be like that for the meantime. However, at the long run, we'll benefit from it. We're better for it. Because then we won't have to increase. Because for me, my goal is if we can actually invest in, like, let's say the renewable energy I'm talking about. If we invest in all these developmental entities, you realize that in 2-3 years from now, we can actually reduce taxes. I'm talking about the tax rate, not the one the county government is talking about. Actually reduce our tax rate. Because we cannot depend, the government cannot depend on us to just keep coming without providing us anything new, additional. Thank you. No new infrastructures, nothing. Tell me which new road has been constructed lately beside the Western Parkway that's just, they are almost finishing it. They're just finishing it now.
Right.
Which new road has been constructed? Nothing. We don't even have street lights.
Sidewalks.
Thank you.
For that matter.
You every time I drive in Billingsley or
you already saying back roads for me back.
Yeah, it's dark. It's like you like.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Facts.
In fact, forget about back road. Look at Waldorf. Where's the street lights? You are in Western Parkway. You are in Billingsley. None. At night, it's pitch black, especially when no car is on the road.
Oh, yeah.
Those 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, midnight.
Oh, yeah.
It's dead. It's like pitch black.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we live in Charles County. They want to increase our taxes. They're not providing us any new amenities. And some of us, are still going to go into the election booth and vote
the same
some
names.
of these people.
For the same names.
Are we caused? Is somebody... I don't want to go there, but I feel like
I'll go there.
I feel like some of us we don't really pay attention to our candidates with what they say they want. For me, my District 2 commissioner is a yes man. Everything Bowling want to do, or what do you call it? The president, Collins. Oh yes, yeah, nay. Everybody say nay. All those who are for say yeah. Those who are against say nay. Look, that's the only time you saw her speak. Is that the kind of person you want? Somebody who is proactive. Our district is the most marginalized district in the county itself. But then we have the most passive commissioner of all. Of all the 5 commissioners, I'm being honest. I'm not trying to be mean or demeaning or anything.
Speak your truth.
God forbid. I'm not trying to do that. But look at the 5 of them. 2, we have 2 most passive. We have 2 of the District 4 and District 2 have 2 of the most passive commissioners in this county. Why? You have what do you call it? Our district don't even. People in the western part of our district are begging for a grocery store, and we have the most passive commissioner in the county. Please, can you please tell her? Let us have this debate. Me, her, and Ongisa. Let us have this debate. In fact, right now,
hey, I would love to.
I don't want.
We're all for it.
I'm being honest. Commissioner Thomas Inacote, please, your people want to hear from you. Come, if you can accept to this debate, I would love it. Because the 3 of us, we can stay on the platform and discuss our plan for the county. You don't need to hide. Nobody will whoop you. Nobody will hit you. I'm not violent. Ongisa is not violent. We'll be peaceful.
You gotta worry about that.
Exactly. You don't need to worry about running. Just come. Let's talk.
The only battle is just
maybe
ideas.
I might even because one thing about me that people don't know is I'm very, very. I give in to superior argument. If you have a superior point, I'll give in. Believe me, if we have that debate and she tell me what she wanted, if she convince me on that debate, I'll quit my candidacy and support her. I promise you that. That is how, for me, like I tell
Strong
people,
words.
I really don't want to run. I really didn't want to run. But when I look at the platform, I'm like, something better got to happen. We need something else. One thing about me that people don't know, I am very, very logical when I fight. When I'm in the military, I tell people, the first thing you do in any situation or in any community or in any environment or in any organization you find yourself, the first thing is understanding the rules and regulation of that organization. Not because you want to take advantage of it, because you don't want to be taken advantage of. You know, so that is exactly me. If I were ever to be elected, any commissioner that want to go against what the people want, I'll make them famous. Every time I'll be, if I have to carry a gong and start blowing the horn all around the county, I will, just to inform the people this is what the commissioners are doing in your name. And by the way, Charles County, this is a public service announcement.
Oh.
Commissioner for District 2 just voted to increase your real property taxes. Don't let them lie to you and tell you your property taxes rate is not going up. It's not about the rate. It's about how much you pay. The rate don't mean nothing to you, does it, Rick? Does it mean anything to you? It doesn't mean anything to me. If I paid $3,500 last year and you're telling me I'm going to pay $4,200 this year, what the heck do I have to do with the rate? The rate only benefits somebody who is planning to sell or refinance. Because if I'm planning to sell, if you value my property as $500,000, $600,000, hey, it's for me. It's benefiting me. I'm selling. I'm getting the heck out of the door.
Hey, come on now.
But for people who are staying, how does it benefit you?
Right.
So basically, it's the residents, those who love the county, who want to remain in the county, that are being cheated.
This is true.
You know, because
That's
that
true.
rate won't benefit you. If you paid $3,500 last year, now you're paying $4,200. You pay $700 extra. So how is that not a tax or increase in your real property taxes?
It's a Band-Aid to a problem.
Thank you. That is why sometimes our politicians, that is why I don't like to be called a politician. Because a lot of politicians double speak and sometimes they act as if the people are stupid, like the people are retarded. No, we are not. We are not. Just because you have the opportunity to serve us doesn't mean you are the best to serve us. And this is the time for our residents to say we want the best to serve us, not just somebody who will be there and say, yes, ma'am, rubber stamping commissioner. Nah. And best believe it, if you give me the opportunity to serve you in Charles County, I promise you one thing, you will not have a rubber stamping commissioner. And I will make sure your concern is my priority. And your concern will be, I will make sure your concern is included and is considered in decision making.
Let's get it.
A lot of complaints that we get from the public, your constituents or potential constituents, is the fact that a lot of commissioners and the incumbents aren't accessible.
Yeah.
So
They are not.
You know, how would you address those concerns, you know, if you were to be elected, as far as being accessible and actually addressing their needs and actually feeling heard by the people that you're meant to serve?
Thank you so much for that question. I don't know if you can read the back of this very well. It's on the back of this. I'm not sure. Maybe the front.
Pass our business cards to the podcast.
Strain on my eyes.
Yeah, I know.
Nah.
Because my cell phone number, the same cell phone I talk with you on,
Yes.
is the same cell phone on my cards. Direct number. And when I become a commissioner, I promise you, online, I'm going to make sure on the Charles County government, website, that a personal cell phone, it might not be directly this one, but one that is always with me.
A work phone.
Is a work phone is online, so you can reach me if you want to. I'll make sure of that. Because for me, who am I to? Why am I called your commissioner if I can't respond to your needs? If you just bought a property, and it's a new property, and now all of a sudden your sewer is busted, and it's a new property, and the water is damaging your home, and you call me, would you want a commissioner that will tell you, oh no, we don't get involved, or go back to the buyer or the builder? No, I'm gonna make sure I roll my sleeve. I'm gonna tell you to come to my office with your representative of your agent or your real estate agent. We calling them. They're gonna give me answers. How the heck you gonna build something, a new home, and it's taking 6, 7, 8 months to rectify it? Who is approving this substandard product? You know, they talk about this. Oh yeah, economic development. Okay, so if property is actually going to be our economic development, if building property is actually going to be, make it standard.
Yeah.
Oh, got you.
Even if it's going to, the ones they're building is like substandard properties.
Oof.
I've been hearing that a lot as far as the quality of housing.
Exactly.
not good.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because they give developers free reign in the county. And guess what? That is what I'm not planning to do. If you look at my plan, at the back of it, the first progressive policies and developers predatory, exploitation of our county. I mean that.
You got a website?
It's down right now. I'm building it. I'm going to bring it back, though. I'm going to bring it back.
That way people can read.
Before the end of this week, by the grace of God. Yeah, so they can find it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm telling you, they give them free reign and they're not holding them accountable because they consider it economic development. Even though it's economic development. Look, if somebody is selling a restaurant, which is part of the economic development of the county, it sells food that give people running stomach. Are you going to be telling me it's economic development?
Hey, let's open up a new restaurant by these same people.
Thank you.
Poisoning the community.
God bless you. God bless you, my brother. That's exactly what I told. Why you keep giving permit to the same people that have hundreds of complaints against them?
Hold a second, Emmanuel. Let's get some of these comments too as well.
Thank you.
People got a few things for us. This man over here spitting fire, sweating. Turn the AC back on.
That Sunday sermon.
Yeah. got a suit to tie on
fire
too as well.
And brimstone.
Sometimes I'm passionate about it. You know.
Oh yeah, I love it.
If you live in this country, you'll be passionate, especially if you want to stay in this country.
Hey, that's why we doing this too as well.
This is since I've been in this country, this is the only county, the city I've lived the longest.
Okay.
Yeah. And that is how much
it is.
I go everywhere, but now I'm like, this is it. I ain't going nowhere.
Let me read some of these comments. People got a few questions for you. Pascal, how you doing?
What's up?
What's up, Pascal?
Always good to talk to you. She says she's here to support Rick and Dev. She says Angisam already has the vote. Yeah.
Okay.
But she didn't want to miss an episode. So who knows? Maybe you flip a vote. Maybe you don't. But either way, you can have a conversation.
Yeah. That's why I tell people sometimes it's always good to hold your horses before you make your decision on who to support, because you haven't seen it all. You have to hear everybody.
Heard it all.
Yeah, exactly. You have to hear everybody to give them a chance. Okay, let me hear what this guy have to say before I decide who to choose. Even me, as I'm speaking, I haven't decided who I'm going to vote for in the other. Except for maybe...
Except for yourself?
Yeah. I'll vote for myself. But, other elected positions, I still haven't made up my mind, So because I'm still hearing from some of them, and I haven't heard from all of them. So until I do that, I won't make my decision yet.
Pascal, Coach didn't even know the what was going on in the 2023 budget meeting and said yes to everything. This is...
Yeah. That's what we have. We need to change that. We need to change that.
Hi. Please make that debate happen. Look, I'm going to tell you some about these debates real quick.
Yeah.
To Charles County.
Yeah.
I don't see in any way on God's green earth that a commissioner candidate would sit down with a candidate or a commissioner, sitting commissioner sit down with a candidate and actually do a debate in this very room. I don't see it.
No, we don't have to.
Because one, not so me and Dev are, we're not. I mean, we obviously run an interview the way we do, but two, that comment section right there is going to be on fire. And it's another comment I'm gonna read down here in a second. Obviously, a lot of these commissioners don't like going out in the public and talking, so they're gonna come here and
for a debate.
August on one side, Emmanuel on the other, in the comment section, and then me and Dev.
Yeah, I mean that is a lot, but.
How to lose an election in 2 hours. Hey, I would love to, but I don't see how that would happen.
It doesn't have to happen here. You can host it, but it doesn't have to happen here.
Hey, Derek Terry, a forum, somebody. That gotta be us. He's right.
Exactly. You have
as long as it happens.
You have library. Library is free.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? We can. This is not a lot. I'll come and join you. I'll help you pack this stuff, put it in the truck. I have vans, I have box truck. If you need it, we'll put it in there and we go set up over there. Because I really want this debate to happen. I'm tired of commissioners hiding and running. You don't know what they think. Me, I'm not even a commissioner, and I can tell you that a lot of people in the county knows what I think more than the commissioner they elected. I don't understand.
Derek Terry said he tried.
Derek tried. Trust me, Derek tried.
He said, but there are people running on both sides of the aisle. Let's keep it real. Some won't come on this show. Yeah, it's true. I mean, no, hey, I'm a nice guy. Dev's a nice guy, too, as well.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
People just want questions answered. Comment section. Ain't nobody trying to take your head off. But the question, I mean, the way it is what it is. If you out here doing, you're doing a lot of nonsense.
And that is why we have to make sure they don't get away with what they always do. You know what they always do? What they always do is this. I know one commissioner, especially that does that all the time. You will never see him at any forum. You will never see him at any event. You never see him nowhere. But when the election time comes, you best believe you're gonna see the signs.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna see the signs.
Oh, of course. Let's keep going with these
yeah,
comments.
you're gonna see the signs.
We'll catch up here. Obviously, Pascal's a 4-0 vote, not to adopt the constant yield tax rate. Yep. Let's see. It's imaginative and unsustainable to rely so heavily on property taxes to fund our county. Pascal. Nicole. Yep. Another candidate. Direct number. Accessibility is key.
Mm-hmm. It's very, very good.
Let's see. Pascal. Pascal, what's going on? You're on fire tonight. I heard Commissioner Coates only wins because she has strong roots in our county. We shouldn't be voting on incumbents just because they have families been around for generations. What has this popular commissioner or this particular commissioner done for ordinary people? Not popular at all. Also, too, as well. Like, what is it? Like legacy politics? Yeah. Mommy ran, so I'm running too as well.
You see, that is the thing I'm beginning to see in the county.
It's not a shot at Patterson either.
Yeah. I understand. But it is wrong because I'm beginning to see that, our people, especially we minorities, when we get comfortable in this place, we want to entrench ourselves. But it is okay to want to entrench yourself, but what are you putting forward? If you are entrenching yourself in good values, in good policies, it will make sense. Mm-hmm. But when you are entrenching the same past policies, past legacies that have failed us, it's wrong. I'm telling you, man. You know what happened to Baltimore? What happened to Flint? What is going on in Chicago right now? If we don't check ourselves, it's going to happen in Charles County. You know why? You see the great influx right now? That seems like everybody in Maryland, D.C., Virginia area, DMV want to move to Charles County. Wait till we really, really get overblown without improving our infrastructures. I can guarantee
going up.
I can guarantee you.
Price of a brick going up every day.
Exactly. There'll be the same way there is great influx, there'll be great exit. I can promise you that because eventually people care about their safety, their well-being. I'm telling you, if it continues like this, you think I'm going to stay here for the next 20 years? If you continue like this, no, I don't cut and run. My plan is to stay here in Charles County. However, I will do before I pack up to leave the county to these vultures. I will do all my best to make sure I rescue the county out of their hands. I need your help. I need everybody's help.
Hey, we're here. Derek Terry. Oh, I see you got your camera working today.
Because we had an interview the other time. Like we were talking about, about the infrastructures. I live right in Charles County, and I have Verizon. It's not like I have a 5.0, Verizon.
Yeah.
Then the next thing, Mike, when I was about to do the interview with it, that thing won't work for nothing. We can't get it to work, but we did it without the camera. But
so there's a couple things here too. So Pascal asked, so why don't you put all your support behind Ogungbesan?
Why would I do that?
Instead of running against Coates.
When I feel like I'm better than Ogungbesan even in this race, why would I want to do that?
Okay, there it is.
I like Ogungbesan as a sister. You don't get me wrong. I have nothing against Ogungbesan. In fact, if my prayer is sacrifice my candidacy, I'm praying to God, sacrifice my candidacy for Ogungbesan to win instead of Thomasina. Thomasina, Ogungbesan is better than Thomasina. It's just we have to be honest with ourselves. Yeah. We have to be honest. However, I think I'm the best man in the race.
Hey, I mean, you're running, so you should feel that way.
Oh, yeah.
All right, come on now.
Confident in yourself. Like, what you
doing
out there?
I'm honest.
You the best.
People who know how I ran 8 years ago will tell you. I've held the same opinion. That's why you see me sharing a lot of my memories on my timeline. If you go on my timeline, I've had history. I have history of politicking. I have history of actually ideas on how to actually change things. I was one of the youth. Youth coordinators for John Kerry's campaign in North Carolina when I was in college. So I've been in politics. I've been around politics for a long time, and I've been doing it even as a student. I was a member of the student government in my country. So I love politics, but I don't love politics just because I hate being famous. I don't even like promoting myself, honestly, but because of the ideas of changing things for the better, not for me alone, but all for my community. I love it. It's just getting the opportunity, because a lot of time, he who pays the piper dictates the tune. It's an African proverb. If you are my DJ and I bring you to my party and you playing something I don't like, look, I don't want to hear no one single reggae. I just want country. Won't you play the country that I want? I pay you for.
You the
Of
one that
course,
pay.
exactly. So he who pays the piper dictates the tune. That is why I don't commit. I don't, like I said, even when I was doing all my questionnaire interviews with SMA, the teachers, I told them, even if you endorse me today, I will not take the support money that you give the candidates, because I want to make sure every policy I push for, my conscience is clean. Nobody can say, oh yeah, because they support him that time. Yeah, that's why he's doing. Because what I see, I'm gonna be honest with you, and some of our professional organizations are not helping either. They are not helping either. Because when you look at some of the people they support, you wonder, okay, whose interest are these people actually serving? When you see commissioners that believe our kids being in trailer classroom, substandard classroom is okay, and you endorse that kind of candidate as a commissioner, you wonder what is going on. Is it because the budget you put for them, the increased budget you put before them, they pass it? Is that why? How is that benefiting the mother that is spending 2 hours on the traffic? How is that benefiting? Who speaks for that kid? Well, yeah, they've increased your salary, they've increased your budget, but guess what? Who speaks for that kid that is in Indian Head? Substandard classroom, substandard equipment. Who speaks for that kid? Because he doesn't have money to donate to you? Because he doesn't have money he doesn't have any endorsement? Somebody got to speak for these kids. You know, because now nobody's talking about our school overcrowding. And guess what? Every time the developers come to put in their permit, the developers' right and responsibility is what we talk about, which only is limited to school seats. Who cares about? Do you think when a developer build a subdivision of 11,000 apartments, you think school seat is only what they will be using? School seat is not the only thing they will be consuming in our community. Electricity, road, traffic, water, all these count. But all they do is they give school seat money. Okay, they give you that school seat money, but guess what? They've built that permanently. So 100 years from now, that building is still there, making money for them, where you only got that school seat money that you got 100 years ago. It doesn't make any sense. And not only that, you know, even though we have all these apartment complexes being built everywhere, the other thing is very, very considerable amount of them are still empty. And guess what? We're still having home affordability crisis. We're still having homelessness crisis. They're not talking about that. For me, I have a plan for it. My plan is called MUR. Minimum utilization requirement for every developer in our county. You have to meet that minimum utilization requirement. And what that means is this. The minimum utilization requirement mainly stipulates that if you have a certain amount of numbers of apartments, especially apartment units, that you built in the county, if you have a certain number of apartment units you built in the county, and a certain number of that apartment complexes are empty, we will not grant you any permit to build any more property until you actually meet our minimum utilization requirement.
Wow.
You know what? For instance, if somebody built 5,000 let's say 1,000 unit apartment in the county, and guess what? 200 of them are empty. 800 are only occupied. That is 20% that is empty. If we put a minimum utilization requirement at 5%, that means you're not going to be permitted to build anymore in our county until that apartment complex meet the minimum utilization requirement. Meaning until you ensure that at least not more than 5% of your apartment complex is empty.
Okay.
And guess what?
Okay.
If they won't do, if they say, okay, guess what, we can deal with that. We don't have to get a permit. We're not building anymore over there anyway. We'll go somewhere else. Guess what? If that apartment complex remain empty for the next 6 months to a year, you will start paying vacancy taxes.
And some of these apartment buildings you wouldn't use for the homeless too as well.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know what that would do? It will prevent our county from being exploitative, from being a county for what they call them, all these developers that want to build, and people who I forgot it. My brain is. What do you call them? All these predatory people or speculators. You know how these speculators buy apartment complexes and just leave it there. Some of them, they can afford to leave it there. If you are like a computer engineer that is making $500,000 a year, you think you can build 2 or you can buy 2 of them and just leave it there, rent it out or not, and you'll still be paying the mortgage on it. And developers, because they want to increase, monopoly. You know what monopoly does? When you hold, just like oil, gas prices, when you hoard, you increase prices. So some of these apartments, I can take you a tour of some of these apartments. It's considerable amount of them are empty. But guess what? They're holding off. Instead of, now you can get an apartment in the entire Charles County, 2-bedroom apartment for less than $1,800. In fact, $2,000 minimum.
How is that reasonable?
Price of a brick is going up.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the other day I was driving behind the old shoppers in Waldorf. And I saw, that was last year, summer last, I saw people camping behind the shoppers.
Oh yeah.
Literally homeless people. I went to go buy pizza for Little Caesars for my kids. I literally pulled over and I started engaging one of them. When he started telling me a story, I started crying. The 4 pizza that I have in my hand, 4 cases, I just gave it to him. Please, you guys can have it. And I was started talking to him. I said, "Where do you work?" He said, "Yeah, I work at Burlington Co Factory." You work at and you don't have a home to stay? No, stay behind it. That is somebody who is, who they call the working poor. That is a working poor right there, because he can't afford $1,800 or $2,000 of 2-bedroom apartment. And guess what? That is why I want to put the minimum utilization requirement in place, such that we can have all those empty apartments back on the market, so we can reduce our own housing affordability crisis. We can reduce our housing affordability crisis and our homelessness crisis.
Let's get back to these comments. That's a sad story, man. Yeah,
picking up what he's putting down.
I mean, it's the same thing we've talked about in here too. So
Yeah,
people work daytime, and they go back to
full-time jobs, man.
Full-time jobs, serving the community.
Yeah.
Let's get some of these comments too as well. Let's see. I'm gonna scroll up. We're gonna run through this. Emmanuel, bear with us. We'll just
no problem. No, trust me, I got all night for you guys. Man.
Hey, there it is. Let's see. Allie, what's going on with you? Saw Allie last week. Was it last week? Last Sunday, saw Allie. Yeah. Out there with the family. Reopen Charles County PAC would love to host a debate. Hey, I would love to see how I make it happen. We'll see. I'm pretty sure between us and you, we can get some work done somehow. Yeah. Pascal, someone put our commissions on a milk carton. Missing. Let's see. Terry. Terry's talking back to Allie. We'll let that happen right there. Let that go. Michael left. What's going on with you? Coach is garbage.
Straight to the point.
Hey, when has he never not been straight to the point?
No, exactly.
Let's see. You had me until Mackenzie Manning to the nah. I was statewide next month. Is that Terry? Is that talking about as far as Manny saying he's better than Mackenzie?
Hey, I love the fact that he just drops a little nugget in there, like catch this preview. I'm gonna stir up the comments. Y'all catch y'all next month.
Oh man. Let's see. Let's see. Keep going from there. Pascal, teachers union have endorsed candidates that will only vote in the best interests, not for the greater good. Teachers union, garbage.
Teachers union.
Yeah. If I could borrow the words of Mr. Leftwich.
Garbage.
Let's see. Let's keep going from there. Okay, here's a question for you. How can you run without taking any campaign donations?
Self-financing. I'll take campaign donations from individuals. I'm just not taking special interest campaign donations.
Okay.
Or corporations campaign donations.
Right.
I'll take individual $5 here, $2. I'll take it.
Okay.
Because that shows that you putting your money where your mouth is. You support my campaign and you think I can help the county grow, so you put your money where your mouth is. But these organizations, they have a special interest. They have an interest which I don't want them to dictate for me, because your concern is going to be my priority, not their priority. If your concern happens to correlate with their concern as well, then I'll be. You'll be defeating 2 birds with 1 stone.
So Ryan Holmes comes past, tries to cut you a check.
Oh no, it's not going to happen. They know. They won't even try now. They believe me. Since for the past 8 years, they know they won't even try.
They know you are. There it is.
They know they won't try.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to scroll ahead to Leftwich. He says your wife keeps calling you, trying to remind you to bring dinner home.
No, it's my alarm. It's my hydro. You see, I can show you. It's my eyes draw. Because I was diagnosed after the election in 2014. I was diagnosed with glaucoma. I don't like to say this because I don't want no sympathy vote. I want a serious vote. But I was diagnosed with glaucoma, so I had to use my eye drop 3 times a day.
Oh, you're reminded.
Yeah, so my reminder is what I set up.
Got you. How's the weather outside? Charles County kept calling me.
Bro, that was just wind.
Hey, I'll tell you right now. Hey, one thing. Hey, I'll tell you this. Running for District 2 here.
Yes, sir.
The wind blows out here.
Oh, yeah.
Power go out for 5 days.
You should see my house, man. I can't leave anything in front of my house is getting blown off.
Man, I'm scared for this podcast. May just cut the.
Look, cut the power. We might not be able to pick it back up until next week.
No, if that would happen, if that would ever happen in podcast,
I'll probably come back.
We'll go live through here.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Lantern and all. You put a flashlight on it.
We'll light a fire or something. We'll make the show must go on. Derek Terry, I don't think any elected official feel it's okay to be in trailers. Money to build schools is heavily dependent on the state. I agree with that too as well.
Yeah, well, we don't have to really build school. We can extend the schools. The idea that we always have to build a new school, we don't always have to build a new school. Like the school is out now, right?
Right.
3 months, you can build a big extension. Why do we really have to build a new school? Because we always think on a I don't know how. Well, I'll leave it at that.
Is it feasible? I guess if you have a plot of land where there's trailers. I'm assuming if you knock down the trailers and then just create an addition to the school.
Thank you. Just like a property owner, if you decide like, look, man, this my cousins that are brought in, they need a place to stay, and you got the money, you're like, okay, why don't you extend it? You probably call me, you're like, yo, Emmanuel, you think your guys can come in here and knock this out and build it all? I will. Because you can extend schools. You don't have to. Each and every one of our schools have land that can still accommodate some square feet of expansion. So why do we always have to talk about building new ones? Because that is where I get, like, why are people just not thinking low-hanging fruit? Why are you going for the big fruit when you have a low-hanging fruit? You can use $2 million to expand a school instead of actually spending $30 million to build a new one. I don't understand, man. Maybe I'm just the only one seeing these problems.
Got to talk to the school board.
Well.
Lucas Hancock.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. All right. Derek had another question or statement. If an individual is donating, they have special interests that they expect you to honor.
Yeah. What do you mean they have? Derek, me and Derek, by the way, we cool, man. We go at it all the time. The one thing I love about him is you don't have to worry about what he thinks because you know it. He will tell you. And I like that. I respect that. I want you to, and that is the same thing with me. You know what I think. Well, one thing about Derek, one thing about it is when an individual is giving you, donating to your campaign, it's just an individual. What other interest would he say? Well, come and give me your money or come and give me a job? Or what other interest can an individual have that will be as powerful as a special interest?
Well, it depends on the individual too as well.
Yeah, exactly. And how much are they actually giving you? For me, I don't. I'm gonna have to turn this off because it's beginning to disturb the podcast. You can't be coming here and disturbing Rick and Dev, man.
Got the old school ringtone too as well.
That way you
That's
can
the rotary phone.
You can miss it.
Oh man, the left switch. Oh, my power's out. See. Gotta be careful.
That win.
I'll tell you the win.
Yeah, the win is serious.
So Derek brings up a good point. Schools aren't always structurally sound to be extended. He learned that from his construction management grad.
Oh no, I'm a construction man. I'm a licensed contractor. I'm telling you, you can extend school. You can extend any property. It's engineering. You can extend any property.
You just probably have to address certain issues.
It's the foundation, basically. It's the foundation that exists there that you have to make sure it doesn't, structurally, you don't affect the existing foundation. Once you do that, you're good. You can extend any property.
So on masonry right there, the price of a brick goes up, literally. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see about that. I'm curious exactly which buildings in Charles County school-wise could be extended on.
Yeah, all of them. If you look at most of these schools, you go around them, you see they still have expanded enough substantial amount of land that you can still get 3 classes added, 3 to 4 classes added. I've been to almost, well, I can't say I've been to all the schools, but I don't see a small school. I see schools with buildings around them, and I see enough land around most of our schools where we can actually add, okay, maybe this school where you having a lot of trailers, we're like, okay, maybe we extend this one, we extend that one, something. Maybe we had 3 classroom to this one, had 2 or 3 classroom to that one. You can do it that way to just at least give our people standard quality education. Like this storm that is happening now. This storm happens all the time. 10 o'clock in the morning, a storm is happening and your kid is in the trailer classroom. How comfortable will you be about that? Because I know I won't be comfortable with it.
Your trailer? I mean,
we see trailer taking the whole building.
Sounds structural.
Yeah.
And safety-wise as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a couple of things here, too, as well. There's been several that have been extended on. But you want to see even more extensions.
Yeah, exactly, because we don't always have to depend
That's
on
the code with the comment too as well.
It's okay for the school to help us build a new school, fine. But we can't be waiting all the time while our kids are still in endangered classrooms. We can use some of our own resources to at least extend some of these schools. And
in your business, you do this too.
Oh
as well.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It can be done. Don't let nobody tell you. You see the Arenais Bridge that is going up over there. You see the construction that they can expand bridges, not because this one is a separate brand new bridge, but you've seen bridge extended. It can be done. Believe me, it can be done. Don't let people who don't understand engineering or don't understand construction that'll tell you because they would rather want you to give them contract for building a new school than having to expand a new school, because it's not as much money they're going to hand from that.
Okay.
But it can be expanded.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, the coach says they're expanding. They're doing renovation of McDonough. They're doing a lot of renovation of McDonough and expansion this summer too as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And then Derek mentioned soil elevation. There could be issues too as well with the land.
Yeah. Okay. It's like this. Have you seen your property? The engineering, the basic fundamental of engineering. Your property in your house, your brick home. If you have a brick home, is not different from the basic engineering that you have in schools. It's not, to be honest. And if somebody who live in a brick house can extend their home like I did mine, you can extend any property. In fact, you can extend it without even joining the foundations. That is the thing about it. Yeah, it can be done without attaching this foundation together. You can build a separate. You know how? Let's say
it's on a separate foundation.
Yeah, you can build a separate foundation. Then you just make steps to that foundation you just built. It can be done. Engineers can do it. So don't let nobody tell you they can't do it. It can be done. And it's cheaper, easier, quicker.
Derek Terry's talking about his old high school as far as it was just too old to be built on.
Yeah, those ones where you probably won't do that to those old schools.
I don't know. I think it's something that for at least, I mean, I would like all schools to at least look into it, especially the ones with the trailer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'm curious about even look at I'm not gonna name these schools, but
there are certain schools.
With trailers. I don't want to
I don't want to name them either, but trust me, I can tell you a lot of them.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Hopefully, God helping us, we'll get it done.
Wow. Okay. All right. Let's talk more about your platform, sir. What else we got here?
Yeah. Another plan I have is, you see, while the current county commissioners are increasing your taxes, my plan is to freeze your taxes. Meaning, the constant yield tax. If I were to be a commissioner right now, I wouldn't have voted for that tax increase, because I would have stick with the state constant yield tax, meaning the same taxes you paid last year is the same amount of taxes you pay this year. The reason is because we are still reeling from the pandemic recession. We are still reeling right now from supply shortages. We are reeling on gas prices, high gas prices. We are reeling from food shortages. Virtually everything we pay for has gone up. The only recourse we have is our county government to be empathetic with us. Like, look, everything is going up. Can you just help us stay within the same rate that we paid last year, so we can use some of that money, the increase you want to add on to us, we can use that money to actually buy our medication, buy our food, buy our gas, because they're going up. Now, instead of having an empathetic stand, you have commissioners who are taking stand like they don't care. Like, almost like somebody just feel like, I don't give a crap, I don't care how you pay for it. You know, you see everything going up. You know, normally what they do when you're facing a recession like this is they do stimulus. But as it is, because of the pandemic, we have exhausted the stimulus avenue. You know why? Because that is what causes this inflation right now. When you inject too much funds, too much capital into the system, it saturates the system. It makes the value of dollar weak. It makes it not important. For instance, somebody staying home, when we injected that stimulus, productivity went down. You know why? People who normally goes to work, that is getting unemployment now, getting $2,400 a month without having to lift a finger. Of course, he's not going to go lift a finger. But now that is gone, we have oversaturated the economy already because of the pandemic. I can't blame the government for that. We have saturated the economy with so much capital that is creating inflation. And that is why the current treasury have to increase rates. If the rate had been increased when the economy was doing good under the last president, it would have been better. Because if they had increased that rate then, you know what they will be doing now as we are facing this economic turmoil? They will be cutting interest rates, so to stimulate the economy. But they can't do that now. They have to, because they need to take a lot of this oversaturation of currency, money from the economy. They have to take it out by increasing interest rate. So that is what is going on. So when you know you can't get no stimulus from the federal government, you can't get nothing from the state, do you then say, guess what? I don't care if you can't get it from anybody. I ain't giving it to you. That so you're going to pay more taxes this year than you paid last year when we are still struggling. I'm talking about the Dow right now. The market right now is almost the level it was when what do you call it? President Obama was leaving office. That is how bad it is getting in a few periods, because and it's not just us. It's global. Oil market. Look at now. $4.70 per gallon gasoline. But county commissioners are so dogmatic, they can think, I can't increase this. At least for this year, let me stick with the constant yield tax. Let me not add more to their burden. They're already suffering. No. Because he who pays the piper dictates the tune. Just because you cannot tell the EACC, the Educational Association of Charles County, I'm sorry, I cannot increase this. I cannot give you the budget, the additional $7 million that you want, because if I have to do that, that means I have to burden the entire county by increasing their taxes. However, give me 1 year. Next year, I promise you get what you need as when we get back on track. But for right now, everybody have to tighten their belt. The same way we'll stick with constant yield tax, you're going to have to stick with the same amount of budget that you got last year. It's just as simple as that. Sometimes you have to say no. A lot of people don't know how to say, no, I can't do it as a politician. Me, I know how to say it. Even though they are my ally, I'm comfortable enough to tell them, look, I love you teachers. I have teachers in my family. My kids go to your schools. I know you guys need this. But guess what? The teachers and the schools are not the only thing I have to run. The entire county still depend on me, and they still need services. In fact, a lot of people right now will be suffering more when the economy is slowly going down, slowly being affected by interest rate and all these tax or price increases. And I'm telling you, the moment people start losing their jobs, when unemployment starts ticking, that is when you realize that your revenue, even in the county, is going to reduce. Because people who lose their job won't have any income tax revenue to pay you. Income revenue to the tax revenue to give you from their income, because they don't have income. So that is why I said, if I were to be a commissioner, I would have frozen the taxes at the constant yield tax that it was last year, to ensure that we give some relief for our residents who are overburdened by the situation that is going on globally.
So I got a few questions with that too as well.
Yes, sir.
And I think Nicole kind of hit it too as well. Just want to,
okay.
The question, we want to clean this up. So she says that, so I'm understanding that you will cut the education budget in order not to raise taxes?
If I have to. Yeah.
It's on record.
Hey, believe me, the truth is the truth. Oh, rather than me watch my neighbor go hungry because they can't afford food, because they can't afford their medication, yeah, I will cut the education taxes for them to survive. Because the first thing first,
or the education budget.
Not just education budget across the board, including my budget. Because for me, what I would have done is, what are the benefits that the commissioners get that we can slice some off? Because it's not like you run to be getting your pocket filled by the county. You run to serve. Right. And if service means sacrifice, before you cut budget of any other department, you cut yours first. Because service is sacrifice. If you cannot sacrifice, don't expect others to sacrifice.
So here's the thing: the comment section, they kind of beat me to it too as well. So I just want to read with this question. We're gonna keep on this point. Let's see. So the blueprint requirements. So it's a certain the schools can't be defunded.
Yeah, you're not defunding the school. Because the blue, what they call it, the blueprint for Maryland's future. We know what that means. You understand? And we have a local requirement to meet our part of that budget. Right. But I can guarantee you right now, there are counties in this country, in this state, that won't be able to afford it. It's just as simple as that. And one thing about me is, for me, just because I refuse to believe that if a local county cannot meet their local expectation of their education budget, that all their students should go without a quality education. And that is why it is important to actually be an independent county. What I mean by independent county is actually invest your own money to generate your revenue without heavily relying on property taxes. Just imagine, like I was saying at the beginning of this podcast, imagine if we invest in something, if we invest in something like solar farms, or if we invest in something like a software, just like Calendly, the Calendly software? Yeah. It was founded by a young Nigerian guy, Tosin. This guy started it in 2014 when I was running for office. Imagine if somebody has invested in him. You know how much Calendly is worth right now? Over $3 billion. Over $3 billion. I'll repeat it again. Started less than 10 years ago, is worth over $3 billion. If Charles County just owned 20% or 10% of Calendly alone, we won't be talking about budget crisis. That is why we have to look beyond the same tax and spend. The rich people don't want to pay more taxes. But the poor people are already overtaxed. So what do you do?
So, okay, because you said this multiple times as far as like
I do want to get back to education too as well. We're going.
The county, right, investing in certain infrastructure and things like that. So let's just say, because we're on the topic of education, what could the county invest in that would directly benefit education, schools, that way to kind of placate some of the people's concerns as far as cutting that budget down for education?
No, I'm not cutting the budget. I'm just not giving them all they ask for. If somebody asks for $7 million increase, I don't have to give them $7 million increase. Okay. You understand my point? Right. I can give them $2 million.
More money outside the budget.
Exactly. Look, let us make something clear. Let us clarify something right now, because I'm beginning to say, cutting education budget. Nah, I'm not cutting education budget. I'm just not giving them all they ask for. If their increase from last year's budget is $7 million, I don't have to give them $7 million. I can give them $2 million. $5 million can go to an investment into our future, into our real future.
So the code says that the increase was asked to help meet requirements of the blueprint, which is mandated.
I understand. But that does not mean we have to fund all that increase right now, because you have to understand one thing. It's not the mandate is different from the budget increase that they're asking for right now. When you look at it, it's telling you have to hire this, you have to fund hiring of these additional teachers, hiring of these additional teachers, hiring of these additional teachers, or you have to fund the additional what do you call it? I can't remember right now. But what I'm saying in essence is that no matter what the budget is, when the budget comes to you as a leader, just imagine if the education department has come up and said, okay, they want $20 million increase. Would they have fund everything? No. It is what you can afford. There are certain things, like you as a leader in the home. If you are an head of household, if your expenses is this amount, at some point you have to cut your expenses. Isn't that what people do? The same way you run, because individual budget, individual account is the microcosm of the larger economy. My economy is a microcosm of the larger economy. When I'm having expenses increase expenses in my home, I don't start looking to go, I'm take a loan or this. No, I cut my budget. I cut down. What am I buying? What can I do away with without using for now, that won't hurt me, at least for the meantime, while I get my budget on track. And that is why we have to find a way. I don't care how, it is very, very important. I can tell you, if we do not, like I told when I was running 8 years ago, I said, watch, if we do not invest the way we need to invest to actually get tangible revenue, taxes will be increased again in very near future. Taxes has been increased several times now since 2018, because year after year many times they don't stick with constant yield tax. So taxes they will tell you it's still $1, $1.41 per $100 assessment, but we know if you pay $3,500 last year, and you have to pay $4,200 this year, your taxes has gone up. I could, irregardless of how they evaluate your property, because the property evaluation is subjective. The fact that your assessment is $500,000 doesn't mean somebody is readily available to buy your house for $500,000. Am I lying? And not only that, does it benefit you if you don't want to move? If you're not willing to sell, you just want to stay there. How does that tax assessment benefit you? It only costs you more money. So that assessment only benefit people who are moving, who are living, because they are the ones that get all these high value, what do you call it, they got big buck for their money. Meanwhile, you that stays behind, guess what? You have to pay more than you paid last year. Even though your gas has gone up, your food prices has gone up, your supply has gone up, your medication has gone up. Virtually everything you use every day has gone up. You still have to pay more to the county that is supposed to serve you, the county that is supposed to understand you, the county that is supposed to be empathetic with you, because they are the closest government to you. And they are the one that don't understand you. They are the one that want to increase your taxes. And that is why if I was given the opportunity to become a commissioner, the first thing I'm doing is freezing the taxes. Because the crux of my campaign and my platform is investing to generate revenue. And when you do that, I can guarantee you, 10 years from now, we'll be an independent county. What I mean by that is independent of the developers, because we will have enough resources of our own that we don't. In fact, instead of looking to increase taxes, we'll have so much money revenue generated that we'll be thinking of reducing taxes. Howard County, look at Howard County. Their taxes didn't go up. People have to plan. People have to look into the future. You cannot just keep doing the same thing and expect different results.
Got a couple questions here. Now, I will say this, Pascal, Nicole, he did answer the question early in the podcast, what his plan was to increase revenue, but we are going to circle back to it. That's before y'all got here, so we'll circle back. Relax. We got y'all. Let me just get a few things. Actually, you know what? No, let's go with this right now. Let's go with this. The people demand an answer. Let's go with it.
Let's get it. Let us give them the answer they ask.
Emmanuel,
Yes,
what
sir.
is your plan to increase revenue in Charles County?
I said it earlier at the beginning. I'm not sure, Pascal. Maybe you missed it.
Leftwich.
Yeah. Oh, it's Leftwich?
No.
He's being Leftwich.
Y'all driving a tornado. Hey.
Yeah. Pascal, I'm not sure whether you missed it. But like I was saying, there are certain projects that we can get into as we speak. And I on my plan, we can actually do renewable energy, solar renewable energy. I'm a solar guy. I understand solar system. I was a field energy consultant for Solar City and Tesla, so I know what I'm talking about. We can actually build solar farm as we speak right now. We can build solar farm in the next couple of months, and before the end of the year, we'll be generating revenue. Guaranteed. This is not maybe. As we speak, people are building solar farms. And that solar farm is going to go into use, production of energy, before the end of the year. It's doable. It's not maybe or if it has been done. So that is one of my plans, because installation of solar farm on the rooftop is the second tier of my plan, which is just like I do and like I did with Solar City and Tesla. You can actually start install, because when you install solar system, you are trying to install solar system on a house, you have to get permit from the county. You have to get approval from SMECO, because they have to still end up turning it on to match the current energy that you're using through SMECO with the one you have on your roof. So what you have to do is we can still do that one as well, but as a second tier. But for immediate energy generation, we can actually build solar farms that can actually generate energy as we speak, because all these energy companies have requirement, have or renewable energy rec that they have to meet, that President Obama put in place. If they do not meet that rec, they get fined. So what they do is they buy these recs from solar farms,
From independent solar
independent solar farms. And guess the thing is, when I say invest, it doesn't always have to be just in Charles County. That is the funny thing. We can actually have solar farm here, have solar farm in PG County. You buy a couple of lands and the next thing you're building solar farms in it. Because what I want to do is I want to really, really majorly reduce our reliance on property taxes, because it's not sustainable. If not, we're going to have to keep building these vertical apartments.
Terry's got something for you here. Tell them why the county's been dragging on solar as compared to every other major county in Maryland.
You see, that is the question.
Some people like your solar out there. Leftwich not a fan. Pascal's a fan of solar farms. I got a few other questions on the back of that, Pascal. We'll get back to you. But yeah, what's going on with the solar farms?
No, for the one I think the one Terry was referring to was the solar farm they want to put at the government office in La Plata, and the town of La Plata resisted. But that is La Plata. We don't have to. I can understand that, but we don't have to build in La Plata. We can build anywhere else. We can build outside the city limits, whereby because we have, as a county itself has landed properties that we can use, and they can tell us we can't build there because we still county government. You know, we can build all these solar farms and generate revenue that way, because, for instance, the county is already producing our water. You understand what I'm saying? Because the first time I first said this in 2014, one gentleman asked me, well, isn't that affecting capitalism? I'm like, nothing affects capitalism. Capitalists don't want to pay taxes. So guess what? We're not going to fold our hands and say, oh, guess what? They don't want to pay taxes. Let's tax everybody. The poor that is already paying way too much in rates of their taxes, then you're going to tell me you want to tax them again? Let's compete. Let's do business. Let's make money for the county. Instead of, because the money they are making is for their pocket. The money the county, the revenue, the money, the profit the county will make is revenue to develop our county. Just like all these countries, China, United Arab Emirates is doing the same, Dubai. All those high rising that you see in Dubai is government money that build it. And guess what? If you don't invest, a government job is to invest to entice investors. You have to first invest before you can entice investors. If I come to your neighborhood and it's like, I don't see any reasonable 21st century growth of 21st century development, you think I'll be so eager to come there and invest? Unless I'm coming there to try to exploit you. Because that is what these developers are doing. They're exploiting us. And it's time for us to tell them, no, keep your money. We don't care. In fact, if you don't meet our MUR, our minimum utilization requirement, you thought we are hard on you, we're going to be harder on you, because you're going to start paying vacancy taxes for every property that you keep there. You don't want to rent it out because you're waiting for big money.
Okay.
Start putting the pressure on the developers.
Exactly.
Let's read some of these comments too as well. So this is going to be a back to back. I'm going to get your thoughts on this. Ali says Charles County needs a candidate that will champion economic development in the county. If the homeowners cannot shoulder the tax burden, we need more revenue from the commercial base. Pascal, the back part of her question was that, what do you feel about tourism and commercial business? Our county's entrepreneurs need support and can help our growth.
Yeah, well, they do. And like I always tell people, when it comes to tourism, I was telling Daryl when I had an interview with him, my goal is to create what they call, county festival, annual county festival. It saddens me when you have a county that is the wealthiest minority-led county in the entire country. The richest majority county in the country. And we don't have no entertainment. Don't get me wrong, no disrespect to the fair, because the fair has been what has been sustaining us for years,
Spring Fling.
for decades, for
today.
hundreds and hundreds of years. That is what has been sustaining us. But we have transcended that. This is Charles County. This is the wealthiest minority county in the country. And we can't say, all we have is the fair. We need to have annual county festival whereby when you're coming into the county, you will start seeing our flags line up. It happens in North Carolina. It happens in Stamford, Connecticut. I go to this event, and every time I'm there, I'm like, you go see your friends, they're like, oh, man, how can they be doing this? And all we have is county fair. It is disrespectful to us. It's disrespectful to our spirit. How can you generate inspiration from, you go to all the old same. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to disrespect the fair because I love the fair. I've taken my kids there every year. However, my kids don't even want to go there anymore because they go there every year. Nothing changed, the same old horse ride, the same old thing. This is a 21st century country. We need to live as if we are in the 20th. We live 23 miles from the capital of the United States. And all we have is the county fair. There's no reason why we shouldn't have an annual county festival. Whereby you driving into this county, you already seen the flag. Even you driving into the county, you are in the festive mood, like, ooh. It's about to be popping for the next 1 week. No, you cannot. Because I don't know, our dogmatic mentality kills. Living in the past kills. Living in the Stone Age kills. There is no reason why Charles County can be the next tech hub in our region. I went to college in North Carolina. If you go to the Triangle, when they were building the Triangle Technological Hub, I was in school in North Carolina then. And I saw how it developed from nothing. Currently, in the East Coast, that is the largest technological hub in the East Coast. Right there in North Carolina. If you look at it, we're talking about North Carolina. And Maryland, Charles County, we're struggling. You know why? Because when you vote commissioners that do not speak their own conscience, that do not speak their mind, commissioners who are, for lack of better words, are basically puppets of these developers, of course you're going to get the kind of county we are having, the kind of government we are having. We need a county government that is unshackled by special interest, that is unburdened by special interest. I don't understand how we still electing. If we elect the current commissioner president or commissioner district 2 commissioner, if we elect Ogisa, I'll be excited. But if we elect the current commissioner for District 2, that'll be the greatest disappointment of my life. Because that is the weakest link on that commission, on that commissioner board. That is the truth. It's the weakest link.
Hey, there it is. Hey, look, I think it's safe to say I won't be voting for it, so. I've been living District 2 for a while myself. Let's get some of these comments too as well. Scroll up. Pascal, Nicole and Allie talking back and forth.
Yeah,
love the connection. Absolutely. Derek Terry, at least use the solar panels on schools and alone reduce energy bills some 40 to 50%.
Thank you.
Smecco has solar farms.
Yeah, they do.
So how they be different from your plan?
No, it won't be. It will be different, definitely, because Smecco is a public partnership, public-private partnership. But this one is specifically Charles County.
There it is. PG County, richest minority, Charles County.
No.
I thought PG County was. There could have been a change.
Yeah, the last time I checked, we are the wealthiest minority county in the country. I might be wrong now, though.
Either way, still up there.
Yeah, it's still exactly. It's still up there.
Michael Leffers fling was trash. Almost shattered my leg at that thing too as well. If you were there, if you know, you know. I ain't got to say anything else. I was right there when that accident took place.
Oh wow!
What's up, Joshua Torres?
What's going on with you, my
what
guy?
up?
Let's keep going on there. The county fair is private, not county. Yeah. But you're talking doing more of a public.
More
county,
public, more county.
An actual county.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You say, Josh Torres, the county fair, that's all. Not really much for entertainment. Leftwich was struggling because of the Good Old Boy Network.
I agree with that.
Pascal, some of our neighbors just got internet. Emmanuel, our infrastructure will need a major upgrade to be tech anything. How would you execute your plan without burdening our residents?
No, the same way I've said it, that if anybody, if just like the education department bring in budget increase of 7 million from last year, I don't have to give them the entire 7 million. I can give them 2 million increase. Use the extra 5 million to invest, or even if it's just 3 million, to invest in renewable energy to instantly start generating income.
So you use money from the budget.
Yeah, if I'm gonna,
invest.
because to invest you can give every department what they ask for. And I will start from my department, the board of commissioners themselves, the board of commissioner office themselves. Because like I said, service is about sacrifice. If I am going to ask any department in the county to sacrifice, I will make sure that sacrifice starts with me and with my office, with the commissioner's office.
She says a lot of it sounds expensive as far as your plans.
No, they're not. They're not as expensive as you think. You can have a solar farm for $3 million.
$3 million.
Because you're going to be, invest, you can have a solar farm for $3 million. I'm in the industry. I know these panels are not that expensive. Don't get me wrong. They are reasonably expensive, but not as expensive depending on where you get it and how you acquire it. But if you are the county, you're going to go for the cheapest, not really cheapest.
That's government for you.
Yeah, exactly. But you make sure the quality remains the same. That's all.
Yeah, and it does cost money to invest in things.
Yeah, it does.
Now, how much revenue can come from that is a question I would have from it. Okay. Taurus, a lot of great things and people in Charles County. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's a lot of potential.
A lot of potential. A lot of potential.
Ali, one of the issues with economic development is our huge commuter population. People sleep here but don't necessarily want to put down deep roots. This is true. We need the kind of organic growth that encourages job development in counties so more people are around during the day to shop and eat at our stores and restaurants. Than the kinds of grocery stores and restaurants that our residents will want to be enticed here. That was a good podcast we did with Chris. Talking about commercial development and exactly, how do we attract certain businesses here.
Yeah, well, you see, they always give excuses. The problem with some of our mindset is because we fail to understand that this business is all about this, man. For them, profit. And they give you excuses. Because I've for the past 10 years now, I've been seeing many of our residents clamor for Wegmans, clamor for all these high-end grocery stores. And they're giving them excuses left and right. And I'm like, they're going to give you excuses because if they don't want to come, they don't want to come. The idea that you're telling me that we don't have enough population is just absurd. I've seen Wegman in places that have less population than we have in Southern Maryland, that we have in Charles County. So that is just an excuse. It's because you see, when developers, because all these developers, they all talk. When these people are building, when they're not building for those people to come either. Because first of all, they look at they think, can we afford it? For me, I'm not the one crying for Wegmans. Believe me. I don't shed a tear for Wegmans because I go to farm. I'm African.
Wegmans is pretty cool though.
Yeah, I go to farm. Hey, Wegmans can be cool. I go to farm on Faulkner Road after La Plata. Pick your home produce farm. My tomatoes, my cucumber, I go pick it up at the Amish farm. Myself with my kids. Believe me, I've been doing this since I moved to the county. So me, I'm not begging. Do you want organic? You can't get any organic than the Hamish farm, man. I'm telling you. And I pick it while I'm educating my children in growing and in agriculture while I'm picking my produce, buying for cheap from the local people that live in this country.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, people that want Wegmans can get Wegmans, but I just don't think they want to come. Maybe because we can put politics or discrimination, all this stuff. We can count it off in the reason why they're not coming. Let's just be realistic. Look at the population of the country.
Leftwich said he ain't going to a farm. He from Suitland.
Hey,
look, hey,
to each his own. To each his own.
Hey, just try it. You may.
It's actually fun, man. To be honest, it's fun. Believe me, it's fun. When you take your kids, these kids, you start. Oh, Daddy, I didn't know this grow on tree. This grow. I'm like, yeah. The way do you think it grows?
Educational.
To teach them
the kids.
Yeah, exactly.
There was a question up here. All right, so Pascal has something. And I want to clear this up too as well. So You want to buy. She says that you lost her at us buying the cheapest solar panels. Is that
No. What I mean by solar panels, you negotiate. What I wanted to tell you is you negotiate the cheapest solar panels that you can get at the most efficient quality, because there are so many countries that manufacture the most expensive solar panels. You know where they are? They are built in America. Like everything else in America is expensive, because cost of production in America is substantially more expensive than other countries. So I can understand that. Our drugs, medication, we pay the highest in the world for medication. We pay the highest in the world for even these solar panels. But meanwhile, you can actually go, because for me, it's revenue for my community that I care about. I could care less if I go to China to go get it. Believe me when I tell you. I'm going to be honest with you.
Right.
Yeah, because I'm not going to buy. If I'm going to get the same amount of quality for a panel that is going to cost me $100 in China, and I go to all this American World Solar or this American solar production company, and they're trying to charge me $450 for the same one panel, best believe it, I'm going to China to go bring it. Because investing for the future of our community is what is the most important to me. It's not important to me to say I want to put money in an American business pocket. It's important to me to do that if I was the president or the governor. But at this point where my taxes is going up, believe me, I'll do everything legal in my legal powers to make sure I can generate revenue to keep my taxes low, to keep the quality of life of my residents high. Because the worst thing you can have is you influence the county with population. We forget that population and infrastructure growth are interrelated. And the reason is because if you grow more than your infrastructures, you're going to start having infrastructural decay. And you're going to start having diminishing quality of life. So for me, if I can bring that solar panel for a cheaper price from China, I will bring it, because my residents, people who living in Indian Head, Bryans Road, White Plains, Waldorf, La Plata, we're talking about Eustville. Those are the people that will benefit from it, because it's my resident. This is where I live. And I care about the people who live here. I would rather do that than increase your taxes.
Okay. They're taking everything on the table versus, putting a price tag on the people.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. So let's clear this up, and then we'll move on from here. One way, how you feel one way or another. Education department, the budget. Obviously, we talk about blueprint. Will you try to take money away from the education budget?
I won't take money away from the education budget. However, I will not give them every increase that they ask for. It will be stupid of me to give them every increase, especially if we haven't made the investment we need to make to ensure the future of not raising taxes. Of course, I won't give them everything they ask for, every increase they ask for. They can guarantee for me that I will not slash their budget less than what they received last year. It would definitely be more than what they received last year. It just might not be everything they ask for.
Yeah. So you're saying that as far as the blueprint, would you meet? Would you?
I will still, but I will still be able to meet even if we use the last year, the budget of last year, it will still meet the blueprint. Believe me, because when you look at the breakdown of the itemization of what the education increase is going to use for, you'll see that it really doesn't. Some of it have something to do with blueprint for future for Maryland's future, but not everything. Not everything has anything to do with that.
So all the extra,
yeah. Because don't get me wrong, I'll keep repeating it. I will not cut budget, but I will not give every department the extras they ask for, starting from my department. In fact, if I'm going to cut anything, I'm cutting the commissioner's office budget, because if somebody can just go there like my District 2 commissioner and say, yay, nay, he's not deserving to be getting paid. They go to work twice a week. Twice a week. Why can't they get $25,000? Let's start from there. Let's start slashing these salaries. Because a lot of them, they depend on this salary to make. That's why they will eat each other up to get into the office. They will lie. They will vote everything. They will allow special interest. They will do anything, because he who pays the piper dictates the tune. And if those people are willing to give them that money for the campaign, of course they will take that money, and guess what? They will keep coming back every 4 years. Yeah, they won't have no tangible effect. positive effect on the country. Besides just anybody can maintain a government that don't have to do nothing. Oh, let's be real. If my daughter is only 13 years old, I can guarantee you, as young as she is, she can maintain the government without having to do anything. Oh, yeah, what do they need? Oh, they need this? Okay, we have the money. Yeah, give it to them. Oh, what do they need? They need this. What Commissioner Court is doing in that commissioner's office, my daughter can do it. If you want to try me, I can send my daughter to your office and you'll find out. And she's only 13. I'm being honest. My daughter is only 13.
I love it. Hey.
Hey.
Anybody can do it. If you can manage your resources, anybody can. How hard does it take to watch everybody commissioner talk? Then you just say, all those who say yay, say hi. Those who say no, say nay. How hard is that?
Hold a second, Pascal. He's still saying he won't fully fund our local education agency.
Pascal, if you try to campaign for Ongisa, you can campaign for Ongisa. But what you've been hearing from me since, never said I won't fully fund. If the education department or our school system is asking for 7 million increase in budget from last year, do I have to give them all the 7 million when my neighbor is hungry because he can't afford to buy his own medication, can't afford to buy his own food because the taxes of his home has increased? Which one would I choose? Do you think I'm going to give the education department the whole 7 million they ask for in increase? Not saying I'm not going to even fund them at the level of last year, but in increase. Why do I have to do that? Why do I have to give them everything? Why can't I give them half of it and invest half of it for the future? So when next you come back to ask me for increase, I'm giving you even more than you ask for because I have revenue coming in to support it. Now you can just say, the sheriff department asked for 10 million increase, you give them 10 million. Education department asked for 20 million increase, you give them. If that is the way you spend money, there'll be a problem.
I think.
And
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, exactly. Like Pascal, I think like he's addressing
my campaign.
It's not just like, but just in general. Like you get passionate. We get passionate. Residents get passionate about the things that
I understand. And so
I respect it and I get that. But I think if you're listening to what he's saying it doesn't have to be the education department. It could be the commissioner's office. It could be the sheriff's office. It could be a lot. If someone's asking for an absorbent increase, they don't necessarily have to get it.
Exactly.
We're focusing down on education because obviously that's really hot. These are our children, it's our future. But I don't believe what he's saying is like it could be across the board.
That's exactly what I said.
Too much, and I believe it's
across the board.
Yeah, so
starting from the commissioner's office,
appreciate
what is
the
going
bigger
on,
picture of what he's saying.
It's not like you don't know what is going on.
We focusing down on
Pascal
this.
support on Gishu, and Pascal trying to use this to make that statement. Pascal, you are now on the same side. What you think is the same as what I think. However, what you heard from me is not saying I'm not going to fully fund the budget. But what I'm saying is that every increase that every department asks for, there is not everybody that is going to get it. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to cut budget on all the increases now, not I'm going to fund at the level of last year, guaranteed. However, at the increase they're asking for, would depends on what they need it for.
Right.
That will determine, okay, you're going to get everything. In fact, at this point, nobody can get everything because the economy is still dwindling. Yeah. Our economy is still going down. You talking about increase right now? Watch next year. Watch very carefully next year. You thought the economy, you thought you can fund right now? Watch next year. Watch what's going to happen. We'll be here. You and I will be here. By the grace of Almighty God, we're all going to be here. You will see when people start losing their job, you will see what's going to happen. Let's see how they're going to have the nerve to come and ask for another increase. It's just not going to happen. Everybody can get the increase they want. We need to start investing in other parts of our society as well. And that investment, the revenue they generate, will eventually, you remember, like I was saying, my goal is to reduce our reliance on property taxes, whereby we can be so independent from these developers, we can fund our government 100%, in fact 120%. Because if you invest in things that is making millions of dollars a year, believe me, eventually, as it grows, eventually you probably won't even need to increase taxes anymore.
That's a long-term plan.
Yeah, it's a long-term plan because if you delay the investment, just imagine 8 years ago.
About that.
Because if you delay that investment,
that's very true.
If you say you're not going to send your you're not going to send your kids to school, or because of this, you delay the investment you need to make in your kids or in your community or in yourself, you will see that the suffering that you thought you had before is going to be elongated. Because if let's say for instance you are smart, but maybe let's say for some reason you have a child when you are young, so it distracted you. You went back to work instead of going to school. You're working out. You're sending that kid to school, but you know that you are so smart. I'm already good at this game. If I just go to college and get my degree, I can actually get a bigger job. Why won't you sacrifice some of the excess? Like maybe for Christmas, maybe you spend $2,000 on gift and all that stuff for Christmas. You say, okay, guess what? Let me save $1,000 to pay for my school fee so I can graduate. That way I can start making any more. If you do not make that investment now, in the future, you're still going to pay for it. Because when your kid's about to go to college, and you need bigger money to pay to send out into college, you have to realize that you have to be pushing him or her to go get student loan because you can't afford it. So there are certain investments you have to make. We will suffer a bit of it now to say, okay, guess what? They asked for $7 million. Okay, we can give them $7 million, but maybe we can give them $3 million. Use some of this $4 million extra to invest in this revenue generating investment or business where we can get some returns. If you don't do that, I can guarantee you, write it down. Like I said 8 years ago, go write it down, Pascal. 8 years from now or 4 years from now, there will be another tax increase. Either you like it or not. It's not going to be me that will be putting. You can believe it. If I get elected, you don't have to worry about it. Because on my part, as District 2, I won't support any tax increase. Because my goal is to invest our revenue, or some of our money, in order to generate revenue.
So I've had conversations with economic people of Charles County. And what they're saying is that, you said basically property taxes isn't the way to go. We have to invest in the commercial base. And there's going to be some short term. It's going to hurt, in the short term. Obviously, I'll get to some other comments here too as well. But we stick down the road, there'll be success and growth with that. But it has to be a long-term plan.
Yep.
Instead of just raising taxes every single year. It's like putting a Band-Aid on the bleeding artery.
Thank you.
It'll slow things down, but it's not actually going to fix the problem.
Exactly. Right. That's what I'm saying.
And that's straight from the economic people's mouth. That's not my word.
Yeah, that is true. Slowing development down is not going to fix the problem you already have. But guess what it's not going to do? It's not going to compound it. It's not going to compound our problem, because it's like when you find yourself in a hole, what do they say when you find yourself in a hole? They say you stop digging, right? But guess what? When we keep building all this apart, I'll keep saying it. What infrastructural growth or new major infrastructures have been added in the last 10 years? Can somebody tell me? Please, maybe I'm ignorant, but anybody in the audience or in the online, please tell me one major infrastructural growth that has occurred in Charles County in the last 8 years. Maybe when they say it, you can let me know what infrastructure they talk about. Because none. And we are growing in population. At some point, we have to understand that we have to ensure our growth is commensurate with our infrastructural development. Because that is the only way to maintain our quality of life. Because if not, the same way power is going off here, no electricity here, no water here. I live in Charles County. I live literally about 300 meters from 301 in White Plains. Wow, I feel like a bomb.
Bring the thunder in.
That was heavy. Yeah, I live literally 300 meters from 301. And if I tell you I'm still on sewer, I use sewer system because we don't have sewer line. Public sewer didn't get to us. I use well water. Now, is across, the public water is now across my line. All I got to do is just bring it in. That is just happening now. However, I still use my private sewer because we don't have sewer system. And we want to keep. Guess what? On Marshall Corner Road, the building now, right? By the Army Reserve Center. They already started building.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there is no sewage on the entire Marshall Corner Road. And they're already building. This is what I said when a development don't commensurate infrastructural growth, you're going to have infrastructural decay, and you're going to have diminishing quality of life. Guess what's going to happen now? That Marshall Corner Road, it's gonna every morning now about to get crowded. Once they finish whatever they're building over there, it's gonna start getting crowded. Quality of life going down. Now, maybe you want to, God forbid, you get one or two not so godly people or criminals in that apartment complex, and guess what? Now your home is not safe. People living in that neighborhood is not safe. And those are the things we have to think about when we just let the developer. And the funny thing is, most of these developers do not even live here.
Oh, yeah.
They don't live here.
Absolutely.
Go to where they live. I'll give you a name. Go to Riverview, Florida. Riverview, Florida is one of the most beautiful places in the entire country. If you go to Riverview, it's like 25 minutes from Tampa. If you go to Riverview, Florida, you will not see a hood, one single hood. You won't see one single project, like a project properties, not one. And that is where most of these developers live. Go to Stamford, Connecticut. In a certain area of Stamford, Connecticut, you go there, you won't see none. Because these people live in their penthouses, in their safety net, and don't give a crap what happened to my children or your children or your children. We have to care about our family. We live here. They don't. We don't get them to tell us what to do here. We tell them what they should do here and what they are allowed to do here. Because my family live here, your family live here, their family live somewhere else. We have to start caring about our own people.
I think it goes to a comment here with Derek Terry. We talked about Docket 90 a little bit earlier. He says you can only put a temporary brakes on building, which did happen during the 2014-2018 administration. But the county will face a major lawsuit due to Docket 90. We can't stop the building, but control the type of building.
No, you can. You can. You
can stop the building?
Yeah, you can. Because Docket 90 has been exhausted. We have used. You telling me Docket 90 extended to Marshall Corner Road? Docket 90 extended to, what do you call it? What do they call this place? I can't remember it right now. So Docket 90 has a limit. Docket 90 is not that. When you ask yourself, is law made for men or men for law? Because when I hear that, this cannot be done, we made the law. We changed the law. Who made Docket 90? The county government. So who is going to change Docket 90? The county government. Don't tell me, you see, excuses, man. I hear these excuses all the time.
Even with the lawsuit?
Which lawsuit? Please tell me which lawsuit if you don't give somebody a permit that you didn't meet our MUR, minimum utilization requirement. The buildings you've built here, 25% of them are still empty. We're not giving you permit to build another one. Which lawsuit? Please tell me.
So you want to fight back on that?
Exactly. There are ways. You don't just let these people. You see, it's exhausting. It's exhausting when you start looking at the pessimism in some of our people. These developers will not, if I get the opportunity or the honor of becoming your commissioner, you can take it to the bank. These developers will not run this county anymore. Your interest, your concern will be my number one priority. You can tell me, who wrote Docket 90?
Well, and that's why I read his comment too as well. And this
the law is not. We are not made for law. The law is made for us, and we made those laws for ourselves.
Even with the agreement, like Derek says,
yeah, exactly.
Between the county and investors, almost 40. We said 40 years ago.
40 years ago, in the 70s. Yeah, it has. Every policy has its own expiration date. There are some. It's just like saying, after now the pandemic is gone, but because the government passed a law to wear masks, and you're going to still keep wearing. There is a timeline. There is a sunset to policies. There are certain times when you need, just like China. Remember when China were having one-child policy?
Yeah, right. I remember that.
Yeah, when they start realizing their population is aging, what do? They change it. It's now two-child policy. The law is written to help humans. Humans are not made for the law. The law is made for human, and human made those laws for themselves, and we can change it. The county is expanding everywhere. It's not just, look at what they're doing in Indiana. Look at the Browns Road revitalization, whatever program, where they have they said they have a study. I was there and I was laughing. They said they have a study, and they use 25 survey sample, 25 people sample. Including, and I'm not, when I mean 25 people, I mean including individuals and businesses combined, 25 to 30 people. What kind of sampling is that? Who does that in statistics? What kind of if you do that kind of stat for your economic class in college, you will fail. But the county government is doing that and think we are stupid. And the what do you call it? The contractor and was standing there talking. I was there at that event. I kept quiet. The reason I kept quiet, I wanted to see what our people, the people I wanted to serve, I wanted to see what they are saying. You know, of everybody that spoke at that event, only one person was in support of that program they're trying to build over there. Everybody was against it. Even the gentleman that was there that night was challenging them, and I was impressed by him. He said, "Where do you do statistics survey and use 25 samples in a community like ours? 25 people." That is taking people for granted. And guess who allow it? Our commissioners. Because they organize the study. They put the study together. They're the one that is in charge of it. And they come to you as a commissioner. Oh, they're about to have a public hearing on this stuff. And they tell you, oh, I can guarantee you, our commissioners probably just finding out that day they only have 25 samples. I can guarantee you, they're probably finding out that day. Something you could have, okay, so you guys talking about, oh, we're going to do the presentation. Okay, tell me, what is the statistics of the presentation we're trying to do? How many surveys did you do? How many samples did you collect? If you had told me 25 at that time, I would have, no, we're not ready for any hearing. Go do more. That is what but our commissioner president, Ruben Collins, was there. Coates was there. And I'm like, you guys should be ashamed of yourselves. This is the people you guys contracted to give you a sample, and they treated you like a piece of. Even my college professor won't accept that. A sampling. This is statistics. You're going to use 25 in a community like ours?
100,000 plus.
So tell me, how much? I want to know, how much did they pay those contractors, those people, consultants? How much did they pay them? These are part of the excessives that we need to cut.
For a 25-person sample.
Then you just put a PowerPoint together and tell me. You think my daughter can put a PowerPoint together? My daughter can literally, honestly, my daughter right now.
To run for office.
I'm serious.
Sound like
I'm being honest.
Vice commissioner.
My daughter is campaigning for one of our friends now that want to be one of the student rep for student rep for the Board of Education, and I'm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she has spoken to more people than this consultant. And I'm like, don't you feel ashamed? You know, what saddens me is the fact that this county is now majority-led county. And I'm beginning to see the disrespect from consultants, developers, the disrespect when they go to majority black or minority community, the disrespect they give to them. You know why they do that freely? Because he who pays the piper dictates the tune. When somebody is bought, purchased, and biased, they will let anything slide. If I were to be a commissioner, given the chance, I can guarantee you, if those consultants have come to me and presented that study to me, I would have literally, if I didn't fire them, I'll tell them, if you don't get enough, or what do you call it, samples, don't come back. That is disrespect. The whole community, the commissioner president right there, county commissioner president sitting right there, and you saying it with your own mouth, straight-faced, that you'd have a 25 people survey sampling to present at a public. How disrespectful is that to the people? The people. And you think they are stupid enough. The good thing is, that night I was so satisfied because gentleman right there was asking them, how do you do a survey of 25 people? And we're talking about combination of people and business now, not just people. The entire whole 25
fleeced. That's what happened.
Yeah,
Charles County government got fleeced on that one.
Because he would dictate. He would pay the piper, dictate the tune.
Get on a t-shirt. Called Dead Smoking. That was me last pod.
He will pay the piper, dictate. You think they don't know? They know what they're going to do already. They just want a rubber stamp study to just say, go ahead.
Well,
That's it.
Leftwich says that you know pushover. So
No, absolutely not.
yeah,
God forbid.
we're gonna come to a close here pretty soon. We're already past 2 hours. Believe it or not.
Exactly. Yeah, 2 hours. Yeah, exactly.
Jesus. That's serious. You don't feel like it.
Nah,
No,
hey,
time flies, man.
You don't feel like it.
yeah, you hear me? We time travel. We time travel.
I know,
BNY.
right?
With Ant-Man, the
Quantum.
quantum.
I know, right? Quantum.
Let's get a couple comments up top here. Derek Terry said it only expires if the terms have been met. The county wanted to change it, but it would have cost the taxpayer $30 million. Let me look it up.
Says who?
It's docket 90.
Yeah.
That's what it's in reference to. Okay.
Don't believe
Okay.
all that stuff, man. Believe me. Where there's a will,
There's a way.
there's a way.
Yeah, he's gonna try to find that.
No, there's a way. Believe me.
Find it. Yeah. Okay.
You see, you know what I've noticed a lot of Democrats do? We are like we
dropped
act
the
like
article, yeah.
wimps sometimes. Republicans find a way, all sort of ways to get their way around.
Mm-hmm.
You see them. They find every route to get their way. We can fight it. It's wrong. Republicans will continue suing to get there. They will do whatever to get their way. There is a way, my brother. Don't let them tell you that there is no way. If there is a will, there is a way. A docket 90, a law cannot hold a community to ransom. Now, the law is not made for the people. The law is made for the people, not the people for the law.
So Derek Terry just dropped a link from Southern Maryland News, just dated
Shout
back
out. Appreciate
in.
that, Derek.
Oh, yeah,
Derek,
thank you, Derek.
October 2018. We're gonna kind of read through this one just for podcast purposes. It's a little bit lengthy. I'm gonna read the whole entire thing, but let's start at the top. Charles County Department of Planning and Growth Management on Monday unveiled to the Planning Commission is a proposed amendment to Docket 90 that would enshrine the county's agreement with Lennar Corporation over development of remaining villages in St. Charles. The county's been negotiating with Lennar on the issue of school allocations and a reduction number of houses to be built in two subdivisions that remain to be built. Docket 90 governs the process of submitting and improving designs for villages and neighborhoods to be constructed in St. Charles. It was enacted in 1972. 50 years.
Yeah, 72.
50 years.
Yeah, since 1972.
Jeez.
Are you
Yeah.
telling me it's not time to sunset that law? Come on, man. This is not a constitution. This is not our constitution. This is yeah. Are you telling me Docket 90 takes a place of the constitution that to change it you got man? Please, that is if there is a will, there is a way. I believe that.
Let me keep reading ahead just a little bit. The county has agreed to provide 300 school allocations to St. Charles. In return, Lennar will pay the county a school mitigation fee of $4,200 per dwelling. I'm curious on the updated results on that too as well. Obviously, this was 4 years ago almost. Let's see. Keep going down. Let's see something. 2 local residents offered statements about the proposed amendment, one in opposition to it, and another seeking clarification on the apparent reduction in the overall amount of tree buffering along roads between developments. Okay. Let's see. We got a couple comments here. Let me go back to what we have here. Derek with the receipts. Lennar. So okay, here we go. You can amend the law, but it has to go through litigation.
Yeah, it can go through. Anything can go through anywhere because you can go through litigation. That is not the problem. The question is, when you take our community to those litigation, you tell me, let me find a judge that will tell me, because this law has been passed since 1972, 50 years. 50 years they've been milking us. They've been making us dry. The whole count. Where is the development? What do we get for it? No lights. No. Where's the development? Really, building properties is what we have. That is it. So don't tell me. You see, if you want a fighter, this is the guy to vote for.
Hey,
believe me. If anybody is telling you they can change Docket 90, you want somebody who can fight to change it, you vote for me. I promise you, I will not sleep till I make sure we change it. You see, I don't believe in all that nonsense that, because is the law made for us or we are made for the law? No, we can't be doing all that. It's not a constitution. It's just a law. It can be changed.
Derek Terry asked who's paying for the litigation.
What litigation? Well, let them sue first. Who says they're going to sue? You can't just hypothetically decide they're going to sue. Let them sue. We have lawyers. Don't the county have lawyers?
We do have
We
lawyers.
have lawyers. Believe me, we have lawyers.
This man's ready to fight.
Believe me,
Come on now.
This is not a joke, man. This is serious. My family live here.
Ding, ding.
Which one is it? I don't know which one that
think
is.
it's the red one.
That's not the red one. Maybe the green one.
Maybe.
I got
I'm
that
telling
old
you, the
sound
gloves
bite
are coming
right
off though. But you have to have that. I think it was Michael Leftwich that said it earlier today, and I meant to address it, but he basically was saying that you need to have like that difference of opinion, the different mindset.
That was
Of course.
Said it.
It was Michael, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that's the thing when you have a commissioner, you know what I'm saying, like body that's all of one mindset, or they're all
Thank you.
pigeonholed under certain requirements. You need that difference of opinion, that different mindset to kind of
I agree
break
with
that, like you said, that dogmatic way of thinking.
I agree with you.
And
Because
that's development. That's how you grow and you progress.
Thank you. Because when I look at this county, when I said we're still running this county as if we're back in the days, this is what I'm talking about. When somebody is using a law that we passed 50 years ago to hold us down, to hold us back in 21st century, that is wrong. I'll fight it.
Yeah.
I'll fight. Believe me, I'll do everything to fight it. It's absolutely wrong.
I tell you what, though, you never heard this from Coates.
Oh no, forget it.
The people want to see this debate now.
Oh yeah, I want that debate bad.
Hey, here it is.
I want
There
that
it is.
debate.
It is.
I'm saying it again. Commissioner Court, please agree to be in a debate with me, myself, and Ogungbesan, because it's only going to give you the opportunity to actually get. We over here we're talking now. Seems like we're making fun of your opinion or what you do. That is not what we want. Honestly speaking, I want to give you a fair shot to actually be able to defend yourself. Please accept to this debate and give our community the opportunity to actually hear from you as well. Because I hate to be the only one talking now. It's not fair to her. To be honest, it's not fair. But I can't blame myself for it because she's the one that is not taking the opportunity. So please, if you are watching this, please take up the opportunity and let us talk. I promise you, by the grace of Almighty God, I'm not disrespectful. I'll make sure it's cordial and we're all respectful of each other. But let us have this debate. Ogungbesan is ready. Myself, I'm ready. What is holding you back? This is not docket 90. You can change your mind and come to this podium and let us debate.
And for the record, I have obviously talking to you, but I've talked to both candidates, not the incumbent, and both of you do want to debate with Coach. So that's for the record.
Yeah.
Leftwich, we're gonna wrap up here soon. He said Coach is a tap dancer, like the late great Gregory Hines.
Oh yeah.
Really want to see a Commissioner 3 debate. Well, I mean,
I would love to see that too.
she's about to have
I know Amanda will debate.
Amanda
will debate.
I know she's about to have her first town hall in about 2 years, and that's sad too as well. That I mean, someone said earlier that Coach she canceled her upcoming town hall.
No. Coach don't believe
for
me,
whatever
man.
reason. I think that was Pascal that may have said that.
You see,
correct me if I'm wrong.
You see what I've noticed? A lot of commissioners that are aligned with Ruchi's mentality. I love Bobby Ruchi, by the way. He's a good cook. He's a good chef, man. I love the dude. He's a gentleman too, by
Gary
the way.
said no, she won't. I don't think so either.
I love him, but the strategy is say nothing, do no harm, keep your mouth shut, just let them see the signs. Poster signs, and use the follow up. Yeah, when you go, take picture here, take picture there. And those are the things I hate to do as a person, like just to show my face because I want some photo.
It's good for the papers. You know
Of
what I mean?
course,
Yeah,
of
you
course.
know it is. You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
good press.
Leftwich, Ruchi is a cook, not a commissioner.
Hey, it didn't come from me now.
Okay. All right now.
Oh my God.
Man, I'm enjoying this so much. I can come back next week.
Hey, you know what? Hey,
Yeah.
depending what happened this week, hey, I would love it.
Let's
I would
see.
love
That'll be
Hey,
awesome.
We'll see. We'll do some work on the underground. Carlos versus Amanda. Yeah, that won't.
Oh,
I
that'll
don't
be-
see that. I don't see that happening.
I
Carlos
think
wants it, but I don't see the.
I'll talk to Amanda, see if she's gonna do it. Because it's only gonna benefit because it gives you opportunity to actually be accountable for what you've done since you've been in office, you know, and to also tell them what you want to do if you're given the opportunity to be reelected. That is what the idea that you're not going to go to an event because you don't think you've been you know why I came? Because you've been the fairest I've seen in all the people doing all this interview forum or podium or whatever. You've been very, very fair. Who can watch your podium and who can watch your podcast and say, oh no, Rick is not fair? You've been very fair.
A little bit everybody on here too.
Exactly.
Well. Yeah.
If I can guarantee you, if Coach was here too, the same, you're not going to treat her any different from the way you're treating me.
No.
Yeah, the way you treat on
that's
this.
what we pride ourselves on,
I've seen
honestly.
everybody that you've treated. You've treated everybody the same, which is what matters. That is why I don't understand why somebody won't take advantage of this. To actually tell people, oh, this is what I've done. I've done this, and I plan on doing this. It's so easy, man.
Yeah, we appreciate your endorsement.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know.
But for a sitting commissioner, I don't see how. Honestly, I don't see why they would come on here. to be
Why they
honest.
would? If I was a commissioner,
Look,
I would
you
say
have real people asking real questions. So why would they want to show up to that?
I guess so.
And not only that, but you take into the fact that some of them, this is what their second term. They're a
Their
staple.
name's already out there.
Their
Yeah.
name is out there. You
Yeah.
know, like you said earlier, that
Yeah.
comfortability.
Yeah,
we just
they're
kind of get.
comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, why shake the
Why
boat?
shake the
you
boat?
know?
Why rock the boat?
They're already going to vote for me, and they ain't seen my face in 4 years.
Yeah,
Like,
why rock the boat?
So you know, it's
But
weird. It is.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This election is gonna be fierce. I
Wow.
promise you. They haven't seen me yet. I've not even got started yet. You know.
And that's I want to get back to that in a second. Terry. Oh, by the way, yeah, Derek Terry does a great job of what he does too. As well.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely,
awesome.
Nicole.
Derek is awesome.
Yeah, for
man.
sure. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. They wouldn't do it because of live feed. Exactly. Real people asking real questions.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a
Remember,
bunch.
that's
of,
what matters.
Yeah, it's not a bunch of bull inside there. Just like questions for you. They had the same question for
Yeah,
Coates.
yeah, the
So,
same thing.
August the 2 as well. So, all right. We're gonna wrap up here, but I think that it's scared the comment section. It should be. Absolutely. Comment section on point as always. What does he do? What do you mean, Leftwich? Like, what does Manny do for a living? Or you're telling him he's you want to talk about your
I'm
business?
a businessman.
Yeah.
I have my own solar energy company, and I'm a licensed real estate agent. I'm a licensed contractor. I worked for Solar. I'm a Navy veteran. I worked for Solar City. Worked for Vivint. Worked for Tesla. You know, before I decided to go my own to start my own. However, you know, one thing you can be rest assured of is service is part of my life. You know, and I'm not, because that is why I always tell people it's always good when anybody want to run for this office to have something they are doing. Because if you elect somebody who doesn't have business or profession or something they do outside of just being a commissioner, they're going to be exposed to corruption. Because it's easy. An idle hand is the devil's workshop. You're talking about they only work 2 days a week. So what is that commissioner that don't have a job going to be doing Monday or Wednesday or Thursday, Monday and Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
2 days
Nothing.
a week, and someone can't even
2
show
days
up
a week, and
show
they
up for
can't
work.
even show up. Yeah.
Or turn their cameras off during
Yeah.
certain feeds.
There are certain things, if God gave me the opportunity to serve, there are certain elements of transparency that I'm going to encourage in the commissioner's office. One of them is, you know, even though we know lobbyists have the right to lobby according to the Supreme Court, but our commissioners, one of the policy changes, internal policy changes of the commissioner's operation that I would propose is ensuring that whenever our commissioners meet, I proposed this to him 8 years ago, whenever our commissioners meet with a lobbyist, a registered lobbyist, you declare it to the people, let people know. The owners, because we pay you serve us. We don't need to be worried about if the lobby declares it or not. If you meet with a lobbyist, the moment you find out that person you met with was a lobbyist, you have to disclose it to the public. So when a developer that you met last week, all of a sudden a week later is getting permits to build 17,000 unit apartment, we know where it came from.
You want
I
full
mean, really
transparency.
shaking the tree right now.
full transparency. No, honestly, man, because I'm willing to be fully transparent. If I meet with somebody and it's a lot, I'll tell them this is the person I met with, this was what we discussed, and this was my response to them. Period.
Man ain't gonna have commissioners wearing body cams.
But sometimes, because the way our commissioners, after you see the way they've run the county for a while, you start thinking, who are these people really working for? Honestly, who are they truly working for? Are they working for you and I, or are they working for the special interest? You know,
This is true.
True.
People have questions. We deserve to get an answer.
Full transparency.
Let's see. I want to read a couple more comments, and we gonna bounce out. We'll get out of here. But that's funny. Terry, I am the fairest than Ricky and Dev. hey, you see the theme of the night. Like Manny says, me. I'm the best. Who else?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I love it. Terry, again, Commissioner Stewart's town halls are strategically done. 15 minutes on the accolades, another 15 from her supporters, then never a straight answer. That's not a town hall.
Yes.
You might as well put that in the PowerPoint and send that on the email. Rick and Dad, professional affair. Hey.
Thanks.
Hey,
Thanks, Nicole.
absolutely,
Shout out to
absolutely.
Nicole as
Yeah,
well.
for sure. Basket after that, BNY, where you at? Come on now.
Hey,
love it.
We looking.
Yeah.
Y'all at?
Yeah, Derek, he doesn't run his live, but yeah, obviously, Derek's very well informed individual with things Charles County.
Mm-hmm.
He's helped us out on the back end too with our podcast as well. So
awesome.
definitely appreciate for that, Derek. Coach is in real estate, I believe. Or
yeah, he's
something of the
also a
sort.
real estate agent too.
Yeah. Leftwich, this dude is gangster.
Hey, that's why they call me OG.
I like it.
Oh man, am I wearing a sweatsuit? No, I'm not wearing a sweatsuit. Just a jacket, man. Just a jacket. I didn't know what brand this is. I saw a picture and just bought it. What does Coach do? Pascal, clearly nothing for our county.
There you go.
Pascal is going on, man. Pascal is fun though. I like reading her comments because she's very proactive in the community. You know.
Love it. Oh yeah, for sure. It was great meeting her a couple weeks ago too as well. She Nicole Kramer Schwartz has a trucking business. It was a family business that she took over, from what I understand. Okay. All right, Manny. Any final words before we get out of here?
Well, thank you so much for you guys for having me again. I'm glad to be here. Believe me, I wanted to be here. Remember, like I told you last month, I wanted to be here sooner.
Yeah. It was
but I know you have a lot of lineup, so I understand.
Yeah, we've been talking for a while.
I really appreciate the opportunity to talk to our residents because I do feel passionate about this community, and I feel sad when I see some of our elected officials taking us for granted. Not only is bad enough for them by themselves taking us for granted, but allowing outsiders, consultants to come in here and also take us for granted. They allow outside developers come in here and take us for granted as well. You can see it by the way you can see what the developers are building, the substandard properties they are building. 2 months after being built, the foundation is sinking. Water seeping into the foundation. And not only that, you can even tell that by the Bryans Road consultancy, or what do you call it, revitalization program they are trying to do. The consultants that they have, they themselves allow the consultant in their presence, in a public hearing, to take us for a fool. When a consultant you pay hard-earned tax dollars to come with a sampling, 25 samples for a study, you've been taken for granted. And if your commissioner is not fighting against those consultants to ensure they never get a consulting job or consulting contract with our county government, then they are allowing themselves to our people to be taken for granted. They were right there when they were presenting this same study, and our residents were asking them, how many sampling did you do? 25, not 25 people, 25 including combined 25 individuals and businesses, all together 25, and that is the sampling that these commissioners will base their decision on, and they will tell you they've heard from you. Change this, man. We don't have to live like this. We don't have to continue like this. We cannot continue to be dogmatic. We made the laws. The laws did not make us. If it is docket 90 that was signed in 1970 or 1972, that is in our path to rational growth, we're going to change it. I promise you that. If I am given the opportunity to be elected, I will work my butt off to ensure we change it. Because the law was made for men, not men for the law. So my advice and my plea with you is study, read about your candidates, research your candidates, get to know your candidates. And by the time you're done doing that, you will realize that I'm your best choice for District 2 Commissioner. Please vote for me on July 19. And early voting start July 7 to July 14. Please, I'll be expecting your vote on that day. And together we can change this county for the best, for the better, for my children, for your children, and the future generation. Thank you as you're listening. And please keep supporting BNY Network because they're doing an amazing work. Thank you so much.
Come on, this man fighting. This man is ready.
Hey, that man got the gloves on. Gloves off.
Hey,
Which one you want? Because he covered with all of it, baby. He ready.
He stayed with the quotes. You got to put that on a T-shirt.
Oh yeah, I have. In fact, I was if I wasn't coming from my sister's graduation, I wanted to bring you guys some shirts because I have some
Did it
T-shirts.
say with some of these quotes on there?
Amazing.
Found a button. I did find a button. Absolutely. I had to look it up again. Actually, I got a couple sounds here too as well. Say that for another day. Dev, what you got for us, man?
First of all, I want to say to all our contributors, thank you all as always for the liveliness in the comment section. I mean, they are. Look, at this point, they run the show for us.
Oh,
We
yeah.
just kind of steer the conversation a little bit through our little 2 cents, but
Bring the guest in.
yeah,
Organize the show.
Yeah,
appreciate
exactly.
it.
Comment section,
Appreciate
do your
everything
thing.
you guys do in our comment section. And I want to say big appreciation to you, Manny, for coming
you so
on.
much.
all
Thank
your
you.
the
Thank you so
accolades
much.
that you showered on
Thank
us,
you
man.
so
We-
much. Thank
at
you so
times
much.
we don't even feel like we deserve it, but you know we
no,
appreciate
you guys
you.
have been
You know,
amazing.
100%.
Thank you.
exactly. So,
Thank you so
just
much.
you being here, your passion is appreciated. The comment section appreciated. If you do get the opportunity, I'm pretty sure everyone's going to look forward to what it
Oh
is that you're
yeah,
gonna
I'll
bring
be
to
coming
Charles
here more
County.
often. I promise you that.
But
There it is. Love
thank
it.
you know, big shout out to you for doing this tonight, kind of coming
Thank
on
you
and
so
letting the
much.
public
Thank you
know
so much.
where your standpoint is. You know, it really means a lot to us that you contribute
Thank you.
and you trust
Thank you.
us.
I appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying, to be able to get your message out there. So, you know,
Thank
shout
you.
out to you. Appreciate that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Guess it's on me. Appreciate the communication back and forth for the past couple
Yes,
weeks,
sir.
maybe
Yes,
month,
sir.
month and a half,
Yes,
something
sir.
like that. So
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's
Yeah.
been a minute.
Yeah.
But you guys are busy though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Between
Yeah.
him and his job, and
Yeah.
you guys are busy, man. You
Yeah.
guys might as well be running for office.
hey. Nah.
It's been postulated at least quite a few times already.
Oh yeah, believe me.
Nope.
Rick got my vote. You got my vote. I'm ready. For me. I don't have to be the one to do it. That is the thing.
Yeah.
I just want somebody who I look at and I'm like, oh yeah, it makes sense. No, somebody is just saying yay, nay. It's disrespectful to me in my county where I live, and I'm being represented by a rubber stamping commissioner. Come on, it's disrespectful to our community, man.
Hey, there it is.
At least pretend you care, you know. Pretend, fake it.
The
You
empathy.
pretend you care. They don't even care. They don't even want to pretend like they care. They just straight throw finger at us like, yeah, I'm not coming. I'm not showing up. Maybe it's about time you invite him publicly. Maybe you just create from our signs, create like you did for me when I agreed to come. But like, yeah, it's open. These weekends are open. These days are open. Sometimes you have to call them. You got to go all the way to call them out. Like, yo, we're not going to let you rest. If I were you, I'll be taking my camera to the office. Commissioner, I'm dead ass serious with you.
Yeah.
I'm serious with you, man.
Let's
I'll be
TMZ
taking
that.
my camera to the commissioner's
three
office. I'll
levels
be like,
too as well.
yeah, while she's coming out of the people they're wondering you haven't showed up anywhere. You haven't talked to any press. What's going on? Put the camera in her face. Sometimes you got to, man. You are a journalist. You got to. This is your community. If you do it, it's only going to benefit you and your children and my children. You know, sometimes we have to do it. If I become a commissioner, I promise you, everything I do in there, if there's any major decision to be made, like these taxes or something, I will make sure I speak to a press, print, online, social media, to let them know where I stand on that policy. Because I want to make sure when every vote I take, I carry the people along with me. And I ensure their concern is my priority. Because that is the only reason I run. You know?
You got some good ideas. We'll talk afterwards too as
Oh, yeah,
well.
definitely.
Yeah, because anytime someone gives us a charge, you know what I mean. It's only right that we take it.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can work this out.
Yeah,
we can work
because
this out.
we have to. We need our commissioners answerable and accountable to us. We don't want commissioner that's just getting money for 2 days a week job, $50,000, $50-something for 2 days a week job. Let's be real, man. They're taking advantage of us. They're letting consultants take advantage of us. They let developers take advantage of us. At some point, you and I have to stand up for ourselves. If they're not going to stand up for us, we have to do it ourselves.
Hey, there it is. Leftwich, another quote on the T-shirt.
Put it on.
Yeah, but thank you for everything.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
You've been great on the podcast. Passion.
Thank
Right,
you.
ready to fight
Thank you so
for the
much.
people
Thank
of District
you.
2.
Yes, sir.
Hey, my
Yes, sir.
family as well.
Yes, sir.
That we're
Yes,
living
sir.
here. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, wish
Thank
nothing
you
but
so much.
good things for it.
Thank you so much.
Question. As far as events, lives, things of that sort, where can we find you at?
Yeah, I'm having an event. My website, although it's down right now, but I'm gonna make sure it's up before the end of by Wednesday before the end of this week. It's www.voteemmanuel.com. And you can also call me on my cards, on my business cards. You see my phone number, direct phone number is linked to this phone. That is the only phone I carry. So you can always call me. You can always text me. If you have any questions about my plan or about my proposal, or you have any misunderstanding or any question whatsoever about what my plan is for the county, please shoot me a text and ask me, or shoot me a message on Facebook or whatever, or text message, call, whatever you like to prefer. You can shoot it to me. I'll respond, because most people that are politically inclined in the county knows where I stand on issues, both on economic development, because I don't believe building apartment complexes and building shelter and properties alone is economic development. In fact, that is actually not the real definition of economic development, because building a residential property is essential, is a home. Worldwide, there is nowhere where they assume that economic development is having a roof over your head alone. That is economic development. Nah, man. That is, shelter is not the only the only economic development, you know. But the idea that our county commissioners are even trying to make us sound stupid. Every time they talk about economic development, you know what they're talking about? They're talking about building all these vertical apartments, you know, also known as condos, and, you know.
Okay.
This man ready. He ready.
Giving them
Driving the
business.
plate of the night.
Hey, if the storm don't get me.
Question was asked, is your phone powered by solar?
It's hydro. Hydro power. You see, this is what is powering my phone. Nah, it's just battery, man.
This man Leftwich, too much.
Yeah, I need to meet you, Leftwich, because I'm feeling you right now. I'm enjoying you.
Definitely.
Yeah, man.
With the color commentary.
Yeah, yeah.
A huge fan of the comments section. What did Derek say? Someone will get a t-shirt commission at the same time. Hey, I'm with Derek Terry. Where's the letter? Where's the letter at? Provide the letter. Provide the letter. Let's see what that letter says. So we'll go from there.
Yep.
We'll go from there. All right. Appreciate it, everyone. We'll be back on tomorrow. We're back on tomorrow night. 3 podcasts, 4 days. We got the remake date with Daryl Kinsey.
Yep, tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Then we got the
Board of Education. No. The union.
Wednesdays, the bus drivers.
Bus drivers.
Yeah, we got the bus drivers in attendance. There'll be 3 of them coming on here. We gotta get an extra chair in here too as well.
Yeah, maybe we should also find out. I hear that Commissioner Coates is in transportation. Does she have any school boss, any boss attached to the Board of Education, to our school system? Because I need to find out. I need to know.
No, everybody's demanding questions.
There you
Hey,
go.
Yeah, I need to
Yeah.
know, because that is all these back end deals that a lot of all these old school old boys. We gotta remove it from our
remove
country.
that.
Yeah. So does Commissioner Coates? I'm asking you again. One question for you from me personally. Do you do business with the Charles County School Board and Charles County School System? Do you, by any chance or any means, have some of your vehicles attached to the school system? That's my question. Because we want to know where you're making your money, where we are making. I just said where I'm making my money. I don't do business with the county at all. Because of that reason. the appearance of impropriety. I don't do business with the county at all. All the past commissioners and the current commissioner, you can ask them. That is why I can say what I'm saying. None of them can tell you I've asked them for one thing. None of them, zero. Even those who are my ally, I don't do that, because that is how corruption begins. If I want to know anything from the county, I go straight, like you and everybody else go straight to the county or civil servants to call and ask for what I need. I don't call for help, or I don't call for assistance. I don't call. I don't do it, because it's just not worth it. You know, I'm not going to sacrifice my integrity because I'm trying to make a penny. God forbid. Without Charles County, without the government, won't I make money? I'll continue to make my money independently. I won't do business with the county because I want to avoid the appearance of impropriety.
Hey, I like the ethics. Leftwich, we need to hire him. Period.
Period.
Yeah, you have to. Period. I don't do it. I don't do it. I don't even. If it is not when I have, maybe they're having public hearing, I don't go to the county building. Even though a lot of them, oh yeah, Emmanuel, we don't even see you. Come visit. Come. I just want you guys to do what you are elected to do without me distracting you. You know.
Okay. Not too much to ask.
Yeah, absolutely. BNY investigative reporter. I would love to have an investigative.
I'm
reporter.
telling you, man.
I would love to. It's a network. We growing.
Hey, you don't want me to get my
baby.
Hey,
you don't want me to get my journalism pants on and start chasing down commissioner. Yeah, commissioner.
The only way you may get to have that debate.
Hey, that's the only way to get answers. You know, if we can find you anywhere to get answers, send camera into your face. Honestly, let's see what happens.
Security.
And I'll help you distribute it too.
This man left us trying to do security for a minute. We may have to take you up on that offer one day. So just be ready. All right. Derek Terry, cleaning services too.
Oh, this is
Oh, she does cleaning services too?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he's talking about Commissioner Coates.
Yeah, I think that's
She probably have cleaning service. They're probably giving each other a freaking contract in the.
As far as the government building. Oh, I know what he's talking about. Yeah, who does the cleaning services for the government building?
I have no idea. Hey,
came out recently.
Well, you can imagine.
That's a conflict of interest.
Very much so.
There's a conflict of interest going on there. I know exactly what Derek's talking about now.
Yeah, it's time for us to really, really avoid appearance of impropriety. Honestly, even though you might have not done anything illegal, but if you are in the county government office, you are a commissioner, try as much as possible not to do business with the county. When you want to do business with the county, we talk about, okay, maybe you want to extend your property, you want a permit, go like any normal person. Submit your application. Don't just make a call. Like, yeah, somebody at the the department to just help you out. For me, avoiding the appearance of impropriety is number one. Is number one when it comes to actually leading the community the right way. Because when you can give contract to your buddy or your friend or yourself willy-nilly, you can't tell me you're going to serve the county.
Nah.
Because the moment one person find out among the commissioners, they will do the same. Then they're not holding each other accountable. Oh, this one get the contract for cleaning. This one get the contract for this. I hate. You see those dilly-dally political. It's irritating. It's almost like self disrespect. Like you don't have to respect for yourself. It's no different from corrupt leaders we have in Africa. Honestly, it's no different from corrupt, and that is what I refuse to become. Whereby nepotism is just running through you. Like you become comfortable with nepotism. Nah, not me. That's why I don't do business with the county. And I won't do business. I'm actually making the promise to you right today. If you give me the opportunity and the honor to be elected as your commissioner, I won't do any business with the county. Private business, especially.
There it is. Derek Terry, the last three comments here. District Commissioner 3, not sure if now. We need to take a look at that. Derek called her out, and of course, the ethics office said it was ethical.
You see, the appearance of we need to avoid it. The appearance of impropriety is
it's like when cops do their own internal affairs. Yeah, exactly. No, nothing happens.
Yeah, nothing happens. Yeah, nothing. Oh, he got shot in the back. No, it's not the back. The bullet penetrates to the front to the back. They will lie to you. You know.
Investigation.
Leftwich, just last comment I'm reading. I wonder who provides food for the commissioner meetings. The cook. Hey, I was.
The cook.
Hey, we out of here. Where that Bonaparte at? Oh man. All right. Hey, anyone else got anything as far as comment section? Feel free to hit up Manny too as well, myself or Dev. But Charles Conn, we see you tomorrow night with Daryl Kensing.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely, anytime. What's going on with you?
Yo, another day in the lab, baby. So it's always a good day.
Oh,
it's
shit.
always a good day when we in the lab. You want policing to be better in your communities? The best policing that you can that can happen in any community are people that's actually from the community and that.
Once again, Rick, host BNY podcast, now known as What Happened Week with BNY. Dev, how you feeling, man?
I'm in here.
What's good? Comment section.
Yeah.
Do we drag our people down when sometimes they don't deserve it? For sure, absolutely. In this situation, this man deserves every single dragging that we can do because this is not an example of us.
But you got the angles. You got the knowledge of the game, bro.
This is where you're getting at, the IQ.
Down. Like he's telling you what's going on. How he was a bad husband. How he was just doing things his way. He's apologizing to his wife like, yo.
Pat ourselves on the back for that one because we ain't giving yourself awards. I mean, who is?
Yeah, no more.
Hey.